Hey, good evening, and welcome to tonight's episode of Loot, Die, Repeat, where a bunch of schmucks sit around and laugh at each other and roll some dice and do some collaborative storytelling known as Dungeons and Dragons. We want to give a massive shout out to the Blue Box community who is rating us right now here on Twitch. Hey guys, please check out their stream. They stream right before us oftentimes on Tuesday nights and throughout the week on Sundays, I believe, and I think on
Lore Masters Arcanum on Wednesdays.
On Wednesdays.
Central Time, I believe.
Central Time. So check out their stream, follow them, subscribe. Great shows that they put on, and appreciate them being here with us tonight. And as a show of our appreciation, we got lots of giveaways going on tonight. You can see all those giveaways right here, and we will be giving away all of the stuff that you can see right here next to me. So we're going to give away that awesome McFarlane Ice Dragon tonight. We're going to give away the Bone Chill creature along with the Orc and the Fairy Dragon and some classic formal black dice. So we will do 3 giveaways for those items, and we hope you stick around and win. And we'll get those out to you in the new year. As a way of affecting the game, you guys can cheer bits, and so you can see kind of the little progress bar below here. When that progress bar gets filled up, we are going to give you, the community, the opportunity to choose from 3 different magic items, and one of those very rare magic items will be given to the party. You also can purchase for different increments of bits advantage, disadvantage, healing potions, fireballs, all kinds of cool stuff. I think the bot is active. I'm not sure if it is, but if you type in !rewards, it usually shows all those different things. If the bot is not active, because I'm not sure if Scooby-Doo is currently available, then I think it's 250 bits for advantage, 500 for disadvantage to the DM.
Yeah, we recommend that one.
Yeah, you do. 1,000.
Highly.
Players all recommend the disadvantage to the DM. 1,000 for the health potions, and I think 2,000 for a fireball or for dragon's breath, or there's a couple different options. Anyway, just like to give you guys the opportunity to affect the game. Of course, if you would like to see what has happened in the story previous to this point, we'd encourage you to go to our YouTube channel and check them out. All 93 episodes are up there. And, yeah, you can see where we started and how far we have come in the production, and we're still trying to improve, still trying to be as cool as Blue Box. So we are always seeking to grow, and again, thank you for being here with us as we do so. So, enough of my rambling. Let's jump into a little recap of what has been happening in our story. And so our adventurers, known as the Shades, have been called from Vajra Safar, the Black Staff of Waterdeep, and sent to Serloon, a kind of shady port city on the Sea of Fallen Stars in the eastern realm of the Sword Coast, to track down leads that will help them to eliminate the massive magical storm that has emerged over the desert to the north of the city. And they have found one particular figure who seems to be pulling all of the strings, the Zentarim and the different necromantic cultic guilds around, and all of these different people. Her name is the Lady, a mysterious figure who is very powerful and who is behind all of these various schemes, who is also seemingly connected to whoever is behind the storm. And so they have gathered to themselves, kidnapped, if you will, one of the leaders of the Zentarim, and they have him aboard their ship, where one of their companions has been in a sort of stasis, a almost coma, having been put to sleep by a practical joke that perhaps went too far. It's unclear.
Maybe not far enough.
Maybe not far enough, as the lovable giant Ray, who unfortunately isn't here with us tonight, played a little prank on him. the rest of the party returned to Serloon to follow the next step of their path, only to be greeted, to their surprise and alarm, by the lady herself. A genteel-looking woman, elderly, with sharp, beady eyes that are piercing, as she sipped on her drink at the Blue Cow Inn with a knowing smirk as they all appeared surprised and shocked at her presence. Before anyone could say a word, last week they were whisked away to the Frostfell for our annual wintry little adventure, and they got to rescue Tomaten, otherwise known as Santa Claus by the Storm Giant culture. And they have now returned, battered and beaten, though bearing a few gifts from Tomaten. And they appear back in the Blue Cow Inn. Oliver, Killian.
Forgot his name, huh?
I was going to go through the... Totally forgot his name. Oliver, the Tabaxi Bard. Killian, the Halfling Druid. Ray, the young adolescent Storm Giant. Marishka, the Fiery Sorceress. Rubius, the enigmatic Arcane Archer. JB, who is not present, in the coma, back at the ship. And Morthos, the Echo Knight Fighter. And they appear with a flash of light, a bellowing of energy and bending of space and time as the lady looks at you curiously and leans in with a smile. And she looks at you and says, very interesting. What the hell was that?
Surprise!
I was hoping you could tell me.
She looks clearly at Morthos, since he is kind of holding this little device that he kind of looks as it recedes in its glow, and then he tucks it away. She just kind of eyes him over, and then it looks to you like she kind of brushes it aside with more important information at hand that she wishes to discuss. You are entirely too persistent.
Thank you.
I do admire that.
The
But-
top quality.
I want to know, why are you intervening in my affairs? What are you after?
You're married?
I say you'd have to be more specific. Exactly what affairs do you claim you're
I don't think
interfering
I
with?
need to be.
Is she
You,
married? Is that what she
Killian.
means? Those types of affairs?
I don't think that's
Oh, we're
what
going to die.
the type of affair that she's.
You can't possibly be this dense to have thwarted me.
Well, you'd be surprised on what
At
we
your
can accomplish.
service?
Like sponge cake. The rest
My
of them.
self-esteem is destroyed.
Well,
Yes! Step one complete.
goal accomplished. Miss, what was your name? I didn't catch it.
Esther.
Miss Esther.
Lifu Esther.
What? Sorry, what was that?
Lifu Esther.
Lifu Esther.
Yes.
Well,
Oh,
it's nice to make your acquaintance. What was your question again? I'm old. My ears aren't quite what they used to be.
What the hell? You're spunky. What are you all about?
I am all about the making of money and the doing of good things. So by happenstance, this group affords me the chance to do both. How about yourself? You seem a little out of place in the bar here. Do you often come here?
Well, yeah, when she's having her affairs.
Oh my god.
This conversation is going decidedly sideways. What
Why-
goals do you have in the overarching world?
Well, one could say to save it.
From what?
Well, there seems to be some very nefarious things happening about all over the world, apparently, and we think they're connected. So we're trying to pursue the end of that evil.
The end of the evil in the world. Are you that idealistic?
I'm not.
To
They are, but you know.
go ahead. Go.
So
Sorry.
I was just going to say, I will admit that it's paid pretty well so far.
Yeah, I mean, we're pretty good at our job.
Yeah.
So you were interested in riches, wealth.
Depends on the job, but
Yeah.
you never turn away a good.
Well,
Good
that's
coin.
easy.
Also, we don't like that storm that's a brewing.
Oh yeah, that's a big important part of them. Yeah.
Ah, yes, the star.
The death storm.
Yeah,
that
the
thing.
one over the desert that like just keeps dropping nuclear ash or something. I said what I said.
Yeah, it seems
nuclear ash.
it seems to be threatening our very existence.
In
and
my
and homes.
heyday, yes. Well, perhaps we can.
Can I ask you what your goals are?
Don't interrupt people.
Oh no, it's okay. I just,
You are very rude. for
it's true.
halfling.
It's true.
Yes.
I apologize for my friend. He's just very
Well,
curious.
you asked me a question. I just wanted to
Oh, like tit for tat.
tit for tat.
Yeah, quid pro quo, if you will.
Something like
Show
that.
me yours, I'll show you mine.
Nope.
Just
That's your affairs.
Here's the line.
Stop,
Here's the
please.
line. You
Takes
crossed
a
it.
long sip of her drink.
Mariska sits down.
You people are buffoons.
I want to incite her.
What are you inciting?
Are we actually buffoons?
she is thoroughly disgusted with. You don't even need to roll. It's all evident all over her face.
Yes, this is what's been besting you.
Sorry. We've traveled far today, so we're a bit loopy from that.
Your blood loss.
Yes, you do look rather unkempt and disheveled.
So you would excuse us in our weariness.
Natural 20. Yes, I suppose I can be gracious to you. I am one full of grace after all. And mercy, clemency, forgiveness. Which is good for you.
Why?
Oh, okay.
Oh, I think you know why. Thwarting my plans with the Zentarum completely.
We thwarted them
On a
completely.
whim, I don't know what your purposes were in doing so. It wasn't affecting you. Allying with the Night Knives, those so-called Robin Hood fighters. You can hear the disdain kind of in her tone for these
How did she know
people.
that?
Oh, I know all about you, Oliver from Catalyst.
I wish I could say the same. I have no idea who you are.
I've told you my name.
Yeah, Laifu Esther.
Yes, I
That
am
means nothing to me.
colloquially known as the lady.
Capital T, capital L?
Are you an idiot?
The lady. No, it's to the emphasis.
He's just not very good at
I don't insight at all.
understanding the situation or the people
It's
around
hitting me
him.
like a ton of bricks
Aren't
right now.
Cats supposed to be curious and insightful?
Sam.
She genuinely chuckles.
He now backs up and crosses his arms because now he understands who he's talking to.
You amuse me in your dim-witted way.
Well, what can we do for you?
Yes, I was getting to that, wasn't I? But before I do, have you killed that disgusting rat yet? Good riddance, he was worthless. Zemni, was it? Couldn't get anything accomplished. Do you want to remove the rest of the Zentarum in Saloon? I can assist you with that.
Well, what would be in it for you?
Well,
You just said that you were working with them. Why would you change the direction and help us rid the city of them?
because you've gutted them. You've made them no longer an asset, but a liability. Which makes you an asset. And perhaps rather than fight against you, we could be friends.
Oh, now you are speaking my language. Yes, I understand this reallocation of resources. But to reallocate resources properly, we have to know what the goal the Zentarum no longer serve for you is.
Oh,
I
well,
imagine it has something to do with minions, since you needed a great pool of them, and we have now interfered with that. I imagine it needed something with canvassing the city and its surrounding areas, and I no longer can do that.
you speak as one who knows of such things.
She's smart.
Everybody has the skeletons in their closet, you know. Mine are more recent than others, and more many, but we locked the wardrobe there on them.
Skeletons. I have far worse in my closet.
Well, that's only when I didn't immolate the skeletons.
I like her. Did I say that yet? To answer your question directly, Morthos, that is your name, yes?
I believe it is. You said you already know, so why do you ask?
Oh, don't play coy. I
That's
have no
my job.
patience for coy. I seek the secrets of life and the means to overcome my rival coven who have taken so much from me.
What the rival coven is this?
Wicked ladies of the night. Their name is inconsequential. I will not lower myself to speak it.
So it's a matter of revenge. I understand this.
I will gladly avail myself to those who have shown themselves so capable. So long as the terms are mutually agreeable, of course. I would never be unreasonable in my terms. There are several items of power in the ruins under this city. That's the entire reason I maneuvered the Zentarum to set up operations here. The Night Knives proved intractable when I approached, so I had to seek other options, as I am now seeking other options from the Zentarum. Tell me, what do you know of Drong Tower? Or the remains thereof?
I remember talking to the portmaster. He said it's in town. And it's magical, maybe. Weird craps going on.
That's all you know?
Would I lie to you? I just figured out who you were like 13 seconds ago.
It's true. It's not good at that.
So
business.
you don't know much, is what I'm hearing then? Alright, well that's fair.
Why don't you enlighten us?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I don't know much myself. I know that the Zent were zeroing in on the entrance to the ruins, but I have no more Zentarum who I talk with who are in the know. Or at least, who care to talk with me about it. There are others who I still converse with, but they have other matters to attend to, busy around and about. I'm a little more focused to this region of Sembia. Why is your tail looking at me?
You'd rather not say.
You are strange, Tabaxi.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So you know the location of this tower?
I don't know precisely where it is. It's in the center of town, underground. Homes and houses, businesses, I don't know, have been built over the top. The Zent were. Perhaps you can talk to Zemni, if he's still alive. That's 2 natural 20s in a row with this dice. I am keeping it.
I don't like it.
Which I suspect is alive, given your body language and seeking to not meet my glance.
Well, you know how it goes. You never kill an asset when it could be of use to you.
Ah.
Wait, is that what she's doing right now to us?
I would not poke the question.
You realize I can kill you now where you stand. Each of you, you are in such poor condition. That one over there continues to stare at the hilt of his blade, dumbfounded, doesn't even say a word, as she points to Rubius, who's just there staring at the hilt of his blade.
He's a little preoccupied at the moment.
It's kind of,
Can I insight her and kind of looking for a read on whether or not I really think that she's as powerful as she says she is?
Sure.
$24.
She seems utterly confident, though slightly annoyed, that people as incompetent as you have been
it's better to be dumb than
have
dead.
been thwarting her.
Better to be lucky than good.
And she doesn't seem to be blowing smoke.
All right. So, it's in the center of the city?
So, if I'm gathering what you're saying is, you would like us to go now and procure this item for you?
Yes, exactly. You go and find it.
What is this item that we are looking
I'm glad you asked. It is a small blade. One that would fit in your hidden contraption.
She is good.
I spoke with the DM before this.
Is that Jack?
Loaded dice.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Hence why we need
Ray
disadvantages.
is there just looking at Jack. He's so dreamy.
What does this blade look like?
It's a silver dagger with finely detailed mithril filigree.
for?
There's a magical aura to it. Evocation, usually, but it changes. This type of artifact is not content being just one thing.
That is interesting that a dagger, a weapon of harm, would play into your scheme to pursue the secrets of life.
Yes, well, it is particularly adept at slaying magic users.
Better make sure nobody
Fun,
else
isn't
gets
it? And it is one piece of a larger whole. I seek the whole to exact my revenge. Now, I have been nothing but forthcoming to you all. You can put me in your zone of truth if you like. You will only find that I speak with love and light and harmony in my heart. That was a lie.
It's like she knew you were questioning her. Oh, she's good.
But I am speaking the truth to you about those items and my desire to work with you. If you acquire that blade for me,
What shall we
I
get
will
in
leave
return?
the city alone, and you can keep anything else you find there, no questions asked. I don't even care what else you find.
You know, I do find you intensely interesting, but I can't help but think, if I were in your shoes, and I had lost all of my little minions to do my bill and be my sacrificial pawns, I would send others. Now normally, if I had an item that was difficult to attain, I would send somebody expendable, who if they died in the consequence of retrieving it, it was no skin off my back.
Well, you've precisely described my plan.
Is that
Yeah.
us?
You'll need to tell me what dangers you think are in this tower.
I know not, other than the fact that magic is strange there, as one has already brought to the attention of the whole.
And if you are so powerful, then why not simply find the location and retrieve it yourself?
She stands up from her chair, and while in her seat, she has kind of had a hunched form. She stands up, and you can kind of see in her stance that she's taller than appeared. She just begins walking towards you, and as she does, her form kind of shrinks down to about your height. She doesn't stop her walk. She keeps walking uncomfortably close till she actually takes a step into you.
Oh boy.
Dear.
And then steps out the other side.
Oh my
and
god.
with a flourish turns around and faces you. And she says, I'm not actually here, you fools. You think I would actually physically come to this place?
You're awesome.
Well, the milkshakes are really good. I don't know if you can drink it in this.
If I were to come there and do this dirty work, then I couldn't further my other aims that I actually require the attention of one of my power to pursue. So, I don't expect an answer. I know that you have the most powerful of you back at your ship. You need to go and find him and talk to him.
Casper?
Yes.
Casper.
So, should we decide to take you up on your offer, how shall we get in touch with you? Should we find this
You don't
item?
need to do anything. I will be watching, and I'll know if you go after it or not. If you don't come out, I'll presume you didn't find it. If you do,
Or we died.
I'll find you.
Quick question. Do you know anything of Phineas's plans? He was discussing with you about.
How did you do that, by the way?
Do what?
Oh, I think you know.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. You mean your conversation?
You're a druid, yes.
Yeah.
I have to make note of this for future gatherings of criminal minds.
Of bad guys? Yeah,
See, she takes
probably
notes
smart.
too. I told you. It's a good habit.
Didn't expect. Was it a squirrel, a mouse? What were you?
That time a squirrel.
A chipmunk?
It's a squirrel.
Don't be
Squirrel.
calling
Yeah.
out this
Didn't
idiot.
expect that sort of infiltration.
Ugh.
Well, yes, Phineas.
Mhm.
He is the one whom I obliquely referenced previously within the Zentarum, doing all kinds of things about and around and about.
That's two abouts.
Yes, he gets around and about.
I have a question. Do you take apprentices? I like your vibe.
What is this, a ruler too? Jeez.
I already killed Bane. Anyway. No. He is doing his own thing. I'm using him as a means to an end, just as he seeks to use me as a means to his end. It's a mutually useful arrangement, one of which shall, of course, come out ahead, but that's okay.
I have no doubt. Do you know how far he is into his progress of his endeavors?
He seems singularly fixed on the story of one Lord Seed, focusing on the acquisition of some power that this figure had and was entombed with, I don't know. It doesn't bear on my pursuits, and therefore I don't fill my mind with it.
Last question, maybe, but you are very powerful indeed, and very talented, I'm sure. But you did pay homage to Mr. Wind Guy in there. Can you tell me more about that relationship?
Well, you are perceptive and insightful.
I rolled a nat 20.
Done that twice tonight. Yes. The air myrmidon that you saw.
And then he tore through us a little bit, but
Little bit.
Yes, sorry about your friend June. She's doing work for me back home now. She's my apprentice.
That bitch. No, just kidding.
Wait, is she serious?
How do you think I know so much about you?
Oh my goodness.
Insight. Whatever that is.
It's a 1.
Crit fail.
You don't really know. Damn. Is she just bluffing
Son of
or
a
not?
gun.
I'm totally 100% right. Remember I said like a month ago that I knew who the lady was? Yep, I know who it is. Troublemaker.
You know what I want to know? You're asking us to retrieve an item, or to find the location of an item. But from what we heard in our travels here in the city, there was already an item in transit from a Captain Tooth.
Yes. Well, that segues me back to his question, which you just asked over, so I couldn't
Yes.
answer, but I will answer both at once, because it works that
Double
way.
emphasis.
Right. That item was not for me, it was for the Nimbus Collective. They desired it.
Are you working
w-
for them?
I am using them as a means to an end, just as you using me as a means to an end.
And
You're using us to means an end, and Phineas
Right,
is
so-
The entire world is about using.
so
That
so
is
you're
correct. Yes.
your goal is the revenge of the
I
old.
care not
the other
about their
ladies?
little storm.
But
and
yeah,
what they wish
what-
to rustle up in the desert and unleash, it matters not to me.
but it kind of matters to us.
Right, and so if you help me get the dagger, that's the final cherry on top, isn't
This
it?
is like a classic help me help you.
I will
you
tell
help
you
me.
exactly where you need to go
Mm.
to deal with the storm that you seek to stop.
All right. You
Do you
said
believe me?
I probably do.
You should.
so. You said you don't need an answer. You'll be watching us.
I know better.
Can we go back and contemplate this with the rest of our
I
party?
expect nothing less. She disappears.
Whoa! I leaned forward and go like this where she was. Interesting.
I'm not gonna lie. She scared me shitless,
She is so badass.
but she was awesome.
I want to be like her one day. I mean, but good. Who wants beer? I could use a drink.
We gotta go back to the ship and talk to JB. I mean,
Well,
this
first
is.
we have to figure out how to get them awake.
Well, I mean,
He's
he
dead.
hasn't been holding the thing for. He hasn't been holding the dragon statue for a while, unless Ray put it back in his hands. Did you?
No,
Oh,
I
I
wouldn't.
believe
I
it.
wouldn't do that.
Yeah,
I
why
wouldn't.
would you?
I kind of feel bad about what happened to him. So, yeah.
I hope he's not dead. I mean, he's just sleeping. I'm sure.
Question for the DM: does dispel magic work on like scrying or like any listening type things that would be around us?
No. I mean, if you saw the invisible scrying eye,
Mm-hmm.
you could potentially dispel it, but you would have to have
We don't have that magic.
a see invisibility
Right.
cast at the precise time to be able to then cast dispel
Gotcha.
magic.
Okay.
There are items that prevent scrying,
Right.
but you would each presumably need to have one to prevent the scrying upon you.
So
Also, did she just imply that a former teammate of yours was working for her or something?
I am not sure if she was being a jackass or if she was telling the truth.
She does seem to know a lot about us, which brings me to my next point. We often go into situations, and because our name is Badassery, we like to.
Thought it was dense.
No, dense, badass, whatever. It's one way or the other. It's the same thing. Maybe we should be more discreet about who we are.
But then how will people know who we are?
Well, why would they need to know who we are?
Because if people know who we are, we can like do more stuff.
Mm.
It's a
We
good
would
thing we
also
only have an
have
8-foot storm giant walking around with us.
many more people attempting
Hi,
to
Ray.
kill us.
That's true. Guys, did you get the feeling that she wasn't lying at all about anything?
No, she was amazing.
I felt like she had all the cards, and
we
she had a
none.
hand that could beat us, and she just laid it on the table.
Yeah, I did get that impression.
Are we walking
Well, you're
back to the
smitten
boat?
right now,
Yeah.
so I don't know.
That doesn't mean I can't see clearly.
I can't believe I'm going to say this. I don't know if you're a good judge in this situation.
I am totally impartial. Yeah, I'm totally impartial.
All right, let's.
But I'm thinking, if I was in her shoes, I would send a party of adventurers who had been an annoyance to me, who had interfered with my goals, if I thought that there was a chance they would die in the process. And if they did not die, I would only be happy if they succeeded in the objective I set out for them. If we are bringing this woman, this artifact of power, that is somehow involved in the knowing of life, which is a pretty big deal, it sounds like to me, I think we have to ask if this is something we want to assist her with.
Here's what I'm worried about. Are we walking and
Yeah,
talking?
walking to the ship.
Yep.
Here's what I'm worried about. If we don't, then what?
Yeah, I think she was pretty forthcoming about most of the things that she said.
What did she say her name was?
Lithueth.
My
Casper came out.
Lithuesper.
Lithu Esther.
I feel like I've heard that name, but don't know.
You know, she kind of reminded me of the old
Roll a
lady who
history
set
check.
me on my path of goodness and mercy.
What?
She had a little... Oh, I brushed over this in the backstory when
remember you
everybody
saying
was
it, but the-
interrupting me, but
The
if I
goodness and mercy
recall...
part.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, sometimes old ladies
The
all look
14.
alike, like rotten fruit, you know, everything sags a little bit, but she did kind of, in the appearance department, remind me of the crone I ran into many moons ago, who told me that if I kept being evil and doing bad things, things would go not good for me. You know, she's kind of really... I owe her a lot.
Wait,
that's-
her or someone similar?
No, somebody similar. I mean, I don't know, maybe she has a cousin or something.
14. It's on the tip of your tongue, but you can't
Can't quite.
remember.
Darn. Did she look familiar to me outside of the encounter that we had at the barn?
She was the same woman, though she had a hood up there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I remember what similarities she had to my crone in question?
The similarities to your crone weren't necessarily in appearance or even voice, so much as just confidence of person. They both were very confident in who they were, in the power that they wielded, in their purpose, and that was something admirable. But beyond that, the physicality, beyond the age similarity, both appearing as elderly, wizened women, there wasn't necessarily a physical resemblance.
Maybe it wasn't so much the physical, but you know, the general approach to life is if you reach out and make a fist around it, you'll be able to do what you wish with it. It's something similar to that. Old ladies, man, who would have thought? They're so powerful. Very admirable.
So are we?
I guess the question is, do we believe that she is not actually connected with our bigger objective of the storm and the Nimbus Collective and the end of the world?
She did say she would know where to send us for it, did she not?
That was the most interesting piece to me, is that
Yes.
not only did she say she wouldn't kill us and that she would use us, but she would help us in pointing us in the right direction towards.
I can't help but think that should we help her find this item, how do we not know that we are not creating a larger issue for us to face down the road?
Well, I mean, she said it's one piece of a larger whole, so we most certainly are creating a larger problem. I think we're in the thick of it, quite frankly.
So what I mean, she seems to know where we're at all times.
Right.
And
Mishka looks up to the sky and
She
waves.
and she says she knows if we
There's
go in
a-
there.
Little bit of wind that rustles by.
I hate
Oh, that's so cool. I think she's watching.
I need more magic.
No, you don't.
No.
Talking heads. I'm going to say this to you in your head.
Oh, I could do that.
If she can see us, then maybe we should mind our communication.
This is back in Ollie's head. That's a good idea. I don't know if there's magic that she can maybe read our thoughts or not, but
Well, and mechanically, you can speak telepathically. You can use your message spell,
right.
which is technically a very low
Yeah.
whisper.
Whisper.
But, yeah.
You get the point.
Anyways,
About this time, you've reached
the boat.
your little rowboat to make your way back to your ship, which you still have not yet named. And you approach Rubius. Through this entire encounter just stands transfixed on his hilt, not really even acknowledging what's going on, kind of trailing a little ways behind all of you. Ray kind of is noticed and is kind of hung back with him and just making sure that he's moving along. And she's continuing to kind of hum to herself, Frosty the Storm Giant, as she's just recalling the fact that she just spent the last several hours with Santa Claus. So excited. And so you arrive at the ship. You make your way to top deck, and Casper is there, swabbing the deck. His eyes are a little wild from lack of sleep. And he
Gotta get that poor guy
Are you
some
not
help.
sleeping again?
He's my favorite.
can't, Captain. Too much work to do, Captain.
No,
I'm getting it done, though, Captain.
I told you to sleep.
It's clean, Captain.
I have something for you. He hands him a cube. That's for you.
He goes to eat it.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Get a bucket of water. Oh, the one your mop's using. Throw it in.
Drops it in, and all of a sudden, the bucket. Wrong pipe.
Did you eat the cube?
I ate the cube.
That's a DM disadvantage.
He watches and gasps as the small little gelatinous cube sucks up all of the water and expands and fills the entire bucket. He looks at you.
Oh, yeah. Now talk to it. Tell it what you want it to clean.
Swab the deck, please.
And it does.
And it moves up out of the bucket as it kind of crests the lip of the bucket. The bucket tips over from the weight of it, and it just starts slowly, methodically going back and forth, up and down the deck. As it finds dirt, it like focuses on that for a moment, and you see like suds kind of bubble up from around it, and then it moves on, and it is completely spick and span as it
Is this
moves.
like Sorcerer's Apprentice? Are we gonna flood the boat in a little bit?
No. No. So, I got that for you.
Captain, it's wonderful, Captain.
It can clean anything. It can even clean underneath the barnacles off.
The barnacles?
Oh, yeah.
What about keel hauling?
I don't know if we're going to do that too much.
At all.
Ever?
You know what? I see the look in your eye. Maybe we will sometime.
Nope.
Aye, Captain.
Right. So, I've been thinking up names for it, so you can address it as a person. I'm thinking about calling it Jingle the Deck Swabber.
You're calling the ship this?
No.
Jingle the
Jingle
deck
the
swabber.
You know what?
Hoist the sails for Jingle.
Maybe just Jingles.
Jingles.
Yeah. And Jingles
No
last for
Dick
8
Flobber?
hours. No, you know what? Cut that part out. It, yeah, no. It lasts for 8 hours?
I don't like dick thwobbing anyway.
I didn't think so. Well, you know, teach you on.
Jingles.
Jingles lasts for 8 hours, then he shrinks back into the cube.
This is Twitch, right?
So, it can clean anything, interior, exterior. I got that for you as well as...
Jingles! Mush!
Right.
It doesn't move any faster.
That's as fast as it goes.
Oh,
It's thorough, slow is smooth and smooth is fast.
That's a Dunphy quote.
Yeah. And I got
The
you...
wise. You haven't heard of the wise Dunphy?
I'm unfamiliar.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I got you this as well. It's a lantern that tells us where storms are coming.
Ooh, that's useful.
Oh yeah, both of these are useful.
Where should we put it?
Maybe my quarters for now. Hang it on that little lampstand.
All right, like near your bed where you let me sleep
Not on my
4
bed.
days ago.
Yeah, like on the cot in the bedroom.
Right near it.
Yeah, there. You know what? Go take a nap. Take this in there, hang it. Go take a nap on your cot again. Jingles has got it.
Aye, aye, Captain. He just rushes off to go to sleep.
I like that guy.
As you have reached for those 2 items, your hand meets a third box, which you didn't realize was there.
But did you take this from Tom 10?
He kind of...
Play him. Did you take this from Tom 10? No, don't you lie to me. We have the same thoughts. Sometimes. Oh, he says now. All right.
You look at it, and it has a little filigree on it with 2 letters. J.B.
Who could this? Oh, I get it! I know who the... Yeah, it's...
Takes it and puts it in your pocket.
I pull it out with my hand. Hey, no, it's JB's. It says so.
Turns it upside down.
I'm gonna take it down to him. You gotta play nice
He
with
goes for
everyone.
the ivory or the precious.
The precious.
No, stop it! You stop it! Threat level midnight. I shouldn't have to be telling you that. And he walks down below
The
deck
duality of nature.
to where JB's sleeping,
Beautiful.
Okay.
and he knocks on the door. J Biscuit. Trying to nickname there.
I like it.
JB, you, through your groggy awakening, hear a voice you haven't heard in what seems like a very, very long time.
I say, is that the cat man?
My name is Oliver, yes.
Well, do come in.
Okay. Opens the door.
And what you see before you is JB wearing the same fancy hat with the same vest and pants, but the look in his eyes is different. And you see it
through the glass.
No, the glasses are
Clear.
the glasses are actually clear.
Oh, that's
I couldn't
different.
find clear ones on
Oh,
Amazon.
okay.
All this time I thought you were rocking crows.
Whereas previously they had been silver, completely silver reflective, almost refracting what was around it. Now they are clear. And you see his eyes as he looks at you, and they have almost a deeper both warmth and seriousness to them.
Huh.
And you consider it for a moment.
Look harder, Oliver. You ain't seen nothing yet.
You have a deeper warmth yet seriousness to you.
Are the rest of us up on the deck still?
Wow.
You followed him down.
Okay.
Very descriptive.
Yeah, it just came to me.
Well, now that I've been away for so long, perhaps you should catch me up on what you've all been
JB's awake! rushes in and she picks you up in a big hug. She's, I'm so sorry. I never wanted you to sleep that long. I'm so sorry. It wasn't what I intended. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Please. Oh, JB, I missed you so much. Oh, you're okay. Oh. Killian's waving the stick.
Please get your hands off of me.
Put you down, JB.
My ribs.
I'll never let you go.
My ribs.
Okay. Oh, it was just an accident. I didn't mean for you to sleep that long.
Yeah, I was starting to think you were dead.
Well, I'm not sure what you mean. I went to sleep last night and woke up, and now I'm here.
It's been 11 days.
It's been a couple last nights.
Yeah, you've been asleep for 11 days.
11 days.
11 days. You don't smell that stench?
Jingles!
I'm going to I'm gonna cast Goodberry and I'm gonna give one to him. Good sir, you look a little famished. It's been a while. Have one of these. It'll fill you right up.
I could use some breakfast. That's for sure.
This
I'll
will,
eat a good berry.
this will do.
But I haven't been gone for 11 days. It's
It's
been a much longer time than that.
No.
No. Well,
11
I
days.
take out my watch. No. I'm pretty sure it's 11 days.
Roughly. Give or take a day, maybe.
How long do
it's
you
not possible.
how long do you think you've been gone?
Well,
Also, where were you?
it's been it's been many moons, that's for sure. Probably about a turn around the sun. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I think that's about right.
So, wait.
Like a year?
Yes.
But didn't you just say... So you said you just fell asleep last night? We
Yes.
told you 11 days and now you're telling me it's been a year?
Well, you slept last night as well, yes?
No.
I want to insight and see if he is like. Sorry. If he's like out, like just out of it, like if
Crazy.
he's
Crazy old Maurice.
23.
Before I answer that question, we're going to do our first giveaway of the night.
Noise.
So, thank you again for all you guys who are just part of this amazing community. And so tonight, the first giveaway is going to
you
be
should start with the dragon.
the big old dragon.
You should start with it.
You want to do that one first? Sure, why not? We'll do the ice dragon.
Down to 3 viewers after this.
Yeah. You'll all leave. That's okay. We love you anyway. We're going to give away the ice dragon. Why not?
First thing.
First thing.
I mean,
So, if you would like
Go
the
tell your friends.
if you would like the opportunity to win the ice dragon from McFarlane, which is sweet, it's like 8 inches tall and it's really cool, then type into the chat right now !montage MONTAGE, because that's about to happen. Little training montage.
Highway to the danger zone.
!montage MONTAGE. And then we will randomly select one of the entries to win the ice dragon. And once we pick the winner, we'll let you know in the chat. And then if you could private message us your name and address, we'll get that sent out to you at the turn of the year, which is coming up here this week. So !Montage, and you can have your opportunity to win that dragon. All right. JB does seem a little groggy, but though he's groggy, his mental faculties are as sharp as ever. And with the keen mind that you know he possesses, he sincerely believes that he's been gone for about a year. And while to him, in this reality, he just went to sleep last night, whatever he's talking about, he's telling you he's been gone for a year.
You don't really
Well-
seem alarmed that you've been gone for so long, strangely, somehow.
Would you like to indulge us on where you think you've been? where your mind or your spirit has been, and outside of your body's been here the whole time.
Well, I certainly was there.
Well, I mean, and time and things work differently. And I mean, Mr. Morthos and I know we experienced it.
Yes, you're
recently.
probably right. That is probably what happened. But a lot has changed in the past year. In the past 11 days.
Around
11 days.
about, yep.
And I have come to realize through some pretty intense interactions with a certain individual.
As he says this, his lens begins to crackle and glow with electricity and radiant light.
Yes.
Are your glasses your new friend?
Are
Can
you
you-
concerned about me?
Always.
Killian.
You are part of our new group here, our family, if you will. You have been asleep for a long time, and now you're saying you've been gone for a long time. And I'm assuming that I can insight his demeanor has changed slightly.
Yes, he is both more relaxed and more intense. It's strange. It's as if certain things he's at ease with, but there's a gravity and a weight that he now carries that he didn't have before.
Well, I do think that you are okay. I will always be concerned for your well-being, and
Well, good. Then let's move on from this, and you tell
well-
me what's happened with the storm in the past 11 days.
So you're not gonna share where or what you have experienced with us?
Well, yes, I suppose I probably should do that, but
We'll get to. There are very pressing things that we need to share with you as well. But I think we'll all be very interested in making sure that.
You're not crazy.
Well, I wasn't gonna say that. I don't think he is. I think he's as sharp as a tack, if you will. But
well, I'll tell you this. I did go to sleep that night, and I was dreaming. I recall some dreams, and then all of a sudden there was a blackness for like 8 hours, and I don't know why my dreams went away, and it was like I was no longer able to sleep normally. It reminded me of that time in the little halfling's house when there was this magic item that. Well, anyway. And then, when I woke up from that
we all
blackness,
just kind of go like this, like
when I
Ray's
woke
like,
up from
just
that
eight,
blackness,
just 8 hours of darkness.
Well, I don't. It felt like that.
Oh,
Just
okay.
like it felt for you like 11 days, but it was 1 year.
Gotcha.
Yes.
And so he begins telling you of what he saw when his vision returned from this darkness. And he begins to describe a space that had no walls, no ceilings, no floors. It was just open. It was illuminated. Not dark, not oppressive or scary, but light, and yet very intentional and purposeful in its design. It had all kinds of instruments and tools and almost equipment for training. Not physical training per se, but arcane training, mental training. The Eye of the Tiger soundtrack began to play behind him.
That's all it was.
Chessboard after chessboard after chessboard.
Sudoku, yeah.
While I'm describing this story to you, there is an image of it appearing next to me, about as tall
sweet.
as me, and about as wide, and it's actually changing the scenes as.
Do we have popcorn?
You watch as he is creating this illusion, which his illusion is
Grapefruit.
far more advanced than anything you have seen him do before.
Oh, looks good. It's like
Whoa.
1080p.
Okay.
And he begins to describe a figure that came to him. This figure stands with his shoulders firmly back, slightly puffing out his chest, subtly showing off his toned physique, even though he stands just over 5 feet tall.
Unfortunate.
He's short for human standards, but his skin is very well tanned. In fact, slightly over-tanned. Probably not natural. He wears sunglasses atop a pronounced nose, slightly crooked, probably broken at some point. His dark black hair is faded on the sides, but grows to a well-groomed, thick, slicked-back cut. He's clean-shaven with extremely white teeth, also probably not natural, and has perfectly measured and lined sideburns that come down to the bottom of his earlobes.
That's great.
He wears a navy blue wizard's cloak with gold embroidery that's cut very wide in the chest, with a large hood that hangs behind him. A large gold chain hangs from his neck, and his chiseled chest and abs are plainly exposed. The cloak hangs
wizard.
over his spindly legs. It seems clear that he focuses entirely on his upper body in his workouts.
Don't skip leg day, guys.
He wears several gaudy rings on his hands as he reaches for his sunglasses and lifts them from his eyes and takes a long moment to stare JB up and down before he speaks. And he looks at you and he says, "So how you doing?"
I'm doing reasonably well. Thank you. And I try to walk past him.
Where you going?
I don't know.
Jabron, hey, come on. Boombot, let's go. Over here. Focus.
Sorry, you have the wrong person.
Bada bing, bada boom. I don't mess around. Are we doing this or not? Are you my guy or are you not my guy?
I'm sorry. I do not know who
You put my
are.
glasses on your face. Now your face gets me.
What a blessing.
I love this guy.
Now I see.
I'm Anthony.
These.
Say it.
I
say
did-
it. Say it.
I did not.
Anthony. Say it.
I did not put.
He snaps his fingers. You get shocked.
I love this.
Yes!
Anthony.
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 That's right. With the little pizzazz. Anthony.
I did not.
Zap. Zzz.
This is great.
Anthony.
Drinks.
That's better.
I did not put these on my face.
Oh, that's right. I kind of attached them to you.
Just for your reference.
Bada bing. Ha. That's what I do.
Hmm.
So,
What do you do besides that?
well, I'm a wizard.
Yes,
I'm the best.
Many of us are. I don't think I've heard of you. Have I ever heard of you?
Probably wouldn't. I put myself into those shades you got on your face.
That was silly of you. Did you need my help getting out?
No, I need your help saving the world.
Everybody asks the same thing of me these
Listen, this
days.
D&D. It's what you do.
All right, what will we call our group this time?
The paisans, huh?
Hmm. JB and the Paisans?
Anthony and the paisans.
Whatever. What is it that you're attached to me for?
And he begins to explain. After having met Anthony, Anthony begins to teach him about certain magics in the world that are off limits. They are forbidden. They are verboten. And yet there are people who seek to tap into these magics and utilize them, and they don't know the danger they're playing with. You ever hear of void magic? Mythos magic? Huh?
The names have never come across my pages.
Well, it's dangerous stuff.
However, there's an inkling of some unknown magic in our party that I cannot decipher where it's from.
Yeah,
Is
the
this
Jamok Oli. Yeah,
the what?
the Jamok.
Yeah, sure. I do not know that
Stugatz.
etymology. Stugat from the radio show. Stugatz in the morning. Never mind.
Yeah, the Gavone of the cat. Yeah,
Okay, all right.
right. He's got a sword, right?
That is what I'm speaking
Right.
about.
It's a void magic. Yeah. I don't like it, but we can't deal with that yet. We'll deal with that eventually. We'll figure out a way to fix that too. I don't know about it. I'm gonna do
Fix.
some research. You're gonna help me here. We're gonna figure this out together. Anyway, void magic, mythos
I thought
magic.
I was a jabron.
Yeah, but you're my jabron. Anthony's jabron. Paisan.
This guy. You're my jabron.
Understood.
Don't make me shock you.
Please don't do that
I
again.
won't. I mean, I will. And he proceeds to teach you about void magic and mythos magic, and these lessons are intense. He's no nonsense, so full of himself, but also, as you find, genuinely desirous of destroying this magic where it's found. See, there's an entity called the Cthulhu, or Catty-Thu, call them different things. It's a real bright prick. He wants to come into my plane? Me and Nain, we ain't having any of that.
I know.
So, Nain tells me the only way you stop him is if you go in your glasses. And I'm like, my glasses are on my face.
So good.
But no. He says, your face got to go in your glasses. And I'm like, ooh.
Oh.
A conversation between him and Nate would be my favorite thing of all time.
I'm just shitting you.
It's too late. He's already in the class.
Oh
That's exactly how it happened.
Nate's still laughing about it.
So here I am. And now, for the last, I don't know how many years, been searching for magical wizards, sorcerers, people who can wield me, or rather, who I wield. Yeah, bada bing.
Bada boom.
You're learning I like you, kid. Anyway, so my face goes into the glasses. The glasses are now on your face. So your face has my face. We better look good. You know what I'm saying?
Well, my blue complexion certainly does elevate our status.
It's alright, I can tan you. Get a little glow.
Please, I have fair skin.
You don't tan?
Where would it go from blue?
We'll work on that. Purple? It's part of what illumination does. You familiar with illumination magic? What? You're like an illusionist, right?
Yes, I have.
We're gonna work on that too.
Studies. Hmm.
I like him.
When do I wake up?
When you're ready. Bada bing.
Okay. So, Nain, huh? So, Nain, when was this?
Nain Keen Whistler?
10 years ago?
Oh, that guy's died so many times we brought him back. It's been maybe a millennia or two. I don't know. Anyway,
I've read of the strongest mages can do such things. Will you help me get there?
oh yeah. We're gonna have to if we're gonna be Cthulhu.
Oh, we're not fighting Cthulhu.
We better not. Because if we do, I don't want to think about it.
Yes.
Anyway,
Sounds nefarious.
he begins to teach you how to read void language and mythos language. He begins to help you to discern and decipher the symbols and the iconography that goes with such magic so that you would recognize these places of power that are scattered about. He tells you, however, that you must never, ever speak it out loud, or it will be met with swift rebuke. He teaches you about illumination magic and how illumination, the light, is the key to overcoming the void, the absence of anything, not even darkness. In fact, darkness proceeds out of void. Void is an even deeper evil, older, more heinous, more destructive. And the mythos also proceeds from the void and is twisted and evil. Its eldritch thought and energy twists all those who seek to use it, corrupting them over time, destroying them, making them into instruments of the great old ones who seek to return and take this plane, Cthulhu being the chief of them. He teaches you how to begin to wield illumination magic, teaching you Starburst, a radiant light that can damage creatures. He teaches you how to use the stars to track things, teaching you the guiding star and other spells of that nature. But he tells you he has 0 tolerance. And while he will help you to maintain concentration on your spells, if you lose concentration on your spells, it will be met with swift rebuke.
Ooh. Are you saying you'll zap me? I have not lost my concentration.
Yeah, but that's what I feel like, yo.
Thank you, Master.
No, that's unnecessary, but I love it. Now, these spells you got. Tell me, what do you know? What you got?
I'm not sure what you're saying. I've got a book.
Well, let's see it.
I've got a stone here.
Yeah, that's fancy. Never seen one of those.
I brought it from land I came from.
Right, Ravnica. We talked about that.
No
Fancy place.
No one ever spoke of void or mythos there either.
We got to go there one day. Maybe. We'll see.
I wouldn't mind it. No.
All right. We'll file that one away for the laters.
All right. I've got these spells here. Here's my list.
Check it twice.
Why do you ask?
What the hell are you doing with an unseen servant?
Well, I picked it up from a book one time, and I had the ink, and so I wrote it in there. Don't really-
Expeditious retreat? You gonna run away?
Well, but that was the plan. I almost just cast it right now, but
Dragon's breath. You know how to use that?
well, I never have tried it. I was thinking about using it on. No, I haven't.
Bada bing, bada boom. How about we teach you some new stuff, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Some useful stuff.
For
You ever meet a dragon?
have I
You
met
ever
a
felt the
dragon?
fear that overtakes you?
No.
We're gonna teach you how to use that.
I would appreciate that. You know a lot of spells?
I know all the spells.
Where's your book?
Bada bing.
You
You looking at my peck?
in your-
Is he flexing it?
They're currently jiggling right now, rock style.
Yes.
My eyes are opposite, going up and down.
Inside my robe, and there is a
Of course, yeah.
a very neatly procured leather-bound book
Mm.
with gold embroidery. He opens it up, and there's spell after spell after spell after spell. He says, "We'll get there in time." But listen, you fear. You don't run from a fight. You multiply yourself. More of me looks good, you know what I'm saying? Mirror image. Boom. Bada bing, bada boom. We teach you that.
Now, if I use this spell, will you be by my side?
Inside you. What do you think of that?
But that's weird.
It's not what she said. Ho! Bada bing, bada boom.
Well played.
Boo.
Zap.
Okay.
And listen, the last one. For now. In order to defeat the void, you actually have to know how to use illumination and the shadow.
Okay.
You following, Jabron?
Yes. No void magic, no mythos magic. This Elder Cthulhu is coming to kill me and the whole world. On top of that, we've got a rainbow cloud of storms coming from the desert. And I am now losing some knowledge and stuff in my stone here to learn these spells that you want me to learn. Did I say something wrong, Godfather?
I like where you're coming from now, boy. It's a good movie, yo. Anyway. Bada bing, bada boom, hey. Forget about it. It's gonna be okay.
Did I get that right?
Shadow Blade. Gonna use the shadow to defeat the void. That's how we do.
Okay. What do I do with it?
And so he begins to teach you these spells. And as he teaches you these new spells, he also recognizes, you're actually pretty good with your illusions. I'm going to give you props. You got a snap. That's a good thing for me.
Well, I'm going to keep track of these snaps.
Yeah, you want snaps.
One snap.
I'm going to teach you how to make your illusions even better. You ever heard of malleable illusions?
I've been working on it for approximately 6 levels now.
Well, we're going to perfect that for you. And so he begins to teach you how to take an illusion that you've already cast and actually reshape it. You can take elements of it and reform them, create new aspects of them. And he says, eventually, we're going to teach you how to make these real for a minute. Bada boom.
Straight-faced, a tear strolls down JB's face. Okay.
Big time. And one day, if you're worthy, we can get you a gold chain.
All of my hopes and dreams will be fulfilled then.
Snap.
2 snaps.
Bada boom.
Now, sir.
Anthony.
We've got...
The Magnificent.
I've got a world-ending problem that I'm on track for already. And I believe Nane's a part of telling us what to do in that quest. And so, I'm not sure if I can fit you into my schedule. That's the only issue that I have. I'm not trying to reject you, sir, Anthony. But I'm trying to inform you where should my deepest of priorities lie?
Am I hearing this chooch right?
I have not heard a chooch recently.
You're being one right now. I chose you. You don't choose me, I choose you.
Precisely why I say this.
You don't buy me out, I buy you out.
How much?
Whatever the price I could pay. Stop! Talking. I'll take away my snap. Listen, Fugazi.
I'm sorry.
I don't even know. Are we watching this happening in real?
He is.
Fugazi.
He's showing you all
this is
these.
all happening in
You're
front of
seeing
us.
all this stuff.
He created the illusion.
I am
that we're
crying
I'm
watching.
laughing.
literally just crying.
I am
laughing.
crying laughing, leaning against the door right now.
Trying to be as respectful as I can.
I'm not. I'm not at all.
JB's not watching the.
I'm just
illusion.
straight up laughing.
Yeah.
His head's crooked and he's nodding up and down. As he tells you stuff.
Yes, this really happened. Yep.
The storm, the incursions, the waves, whatever fancy business is about, I promise you, the void and the mythos is behind it. So, what I'm saying,
I'm gonna insight that.
sure, go ahead and roll.
Probably should have done that a long time ago.
Just taking his guy.
I rolled a 1,
Hook, line, and sinker, baby.
Listen,
and I have a +0.
he is totally into everything he says as being completely truthful.
Wow.
Wait, so you're saying he's into himself?
Yeah, a little bit.
I said, this
That's
great
Storm.
revelation.
That storm,
Yes.
what do you think they're trying to find?
Skittles.
Yes. Void Skittles.
Mishka's laughing.
I don't even know what that is.
They will eat you from the inside out. Not good, especially when you look like this.
CR4, 5.
Yeah.
All right, so listen. We're going to save the world, but we're really going to save the world, and we're going to do it one victory at a time when we destroy those Stugatz.
And how do you expect to do that with me and the Catman and the
There's a
baby
book. There's a
giant?
book. There's a book that I've been tracking. Well, I was tracking, and then I got sidetracked. Someone took me, well, my glasses. But now I found you, and so we're going to find the book. It's called the Book of Eibon. E-I-B-O-N. You can spell that, right? It's a fragment of a black book that's reputed to come from Hyperborea. It's a realm next to the Abyss that the Void and Mythos use as a portal to get closer to the material plane. Got it? Connecting it? Putting the dots together?
100%.
It contains all kinds of...
He looks at the party as he's telling the story. He shakes his head.
contains all kinds of rituals and interdimensional... I don't know. Parallel universe and all kinds of theorems and just evil, dark knowledge. Basically, it can be used to be a gateway from the void to the material plane. We need to find it, and we need to destroy it. And I know how, and I'm going to show you how, but I don't have feet, legs, or anymore. Just a beautiful
I don't
face.
understand. How could you know all this if it's never been to the material plane?
Oh, it's here.
And
But they are not here. And I didn't have time to find it.
okay.
Nain said that I didn't have much time left. So I went into the glasses. You want to know what I called them?
Yes.
The lens of the illuminating silence of Cthulhu. It's catchy, right? Bada bing.
It's a little bit wordy, but it gets the point across, right?
So that's now what's on your face. Your face now has my face, so your face looks good.
I agree.
Just picturing him
Something that we can agree on.
So listen, together, forget about it. We're going to do this. And for the next untold period of time, he just works with you, trains you, drills into your mind the weight and significance of what he's talking about, what he's seen. He tells you stories of adventures that he went on with Nain, the evils that they fought, how they did several times destroy these instruments, but they kept emerging again from the abyss or from the Shadowfell, or they were constantly trying to put these avenues, these portals, these gateways into the material plane so that some unsuspecting fool might find them and become the willing or unwilling vessel of their return, their... Well, the word just escaped my mind. Their invasion of the world.
What is Bart doing while
Oh boy.
he's talking about the void?
Grasping tightly to the ivory crest.
Okay.
And so, as this illusionary movie comes to an end, you all kind of...
Play it again.
Play it.
I missed the first half.
And as that happens, you all kind of see JB. You now understand some of the weight that you were sensing, Killian. And this new figure, which seems to be inside of the lens affixed to his face, that is influencing him, speaking to him, teaching him, training him, guiding him.
Does his face look any different? Handsome? Or anything now?
It always has been. Thank you.
Since the guy said it a couple times.
No physical changes per se.
Well, I think we are gaining another color or layer of the evil that we're against now. Thanks to Mr. Anthony.
So you mean to tell me there's a little tan, gold chain wearing, V-neck having,
Peck bouncing.
peck dancing individual in your glasses / head?
Now, as a bard, do you really expect that I, Josephus Beauregard Huxley, could create a story like this to tell you without it being exactly true?
No, that's right. That checks out. Yeah, you have no imagination. Yeah.
Well, that's not...
No. You said it. You're right. Yeah. None. Zero. Zip. Zilch. Nada.
All right.
Impressive.
Understood. However, the point is of this whole story is that there is something more going on than what we previously had thought. And
That happens every
Anthony, perhaps you all need to check him out, but he was nothing but kind to me most of the time for the past 368.5 days.
Just occasionally twitch.
Well, I think, Morthos, if Mr. Nain does contact us again, I think.
Nain contacted you.
You were there for that, I think. Was he not there for
I
that?
was sleeping.
He was
now.
already
He
asleep.
was already asleep for that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, let me.
We have news for you.
You did miss a lot then.
Yes.
Mr. Nain
So did you.
did mention that his friend Anthony would be contacting you. So I think
Confirmation, I suspect.
Yeah,
I would agree.
I would think so. I think this guy's
Mm.
okay with me.
Well, then I have to find the Ibon artifact book. That is precisely what my goal is, and if you would all like to make it your goal as well, that's where I'm going.
You know, how come everybody gets a mentor but me?
I think we found yours.
Well, I
She's the
think
lady, and
I
she's gonna
think the
kill
We
us.
have to
reason
convince her about that.
is
I had thought you were our mentor.
Well, I mean, the student becomes the master and all that bullshit or something. I don't know. But it's always good to learn more and more and more.
True.
You just got a bunch of spells beamed into your head.
No, I practiced them over and over and
Yeah,
over
but you had to
again.
get shown them.
Excuse me?
I want that.
I had to go through an abusive relationship to get them. Oh, I saw one bad.
Well, here's what
well,
here's what we're gonna do. to help you out with that, how would you mind becoming a dragon every once in a while? Using your spells to shoot right out of the dragon's mouth to intimidate your enemies.
I'm so happy. This is the best thing anybody's ever said.
I think I've forgotten the dragon's breath
Put your
spell,
hand
so you'll
up.
have to do that yourself, but you will look exactly like a dragon.
This is incredible. It's mine. Put your hand down.
And cats can't become dragons, I
Ha!
apologize.
No.
But what
Can I
do?
ride the dragon?
No, I'm
Son
sorry.
of a bitch!
You know, Anthony tried,
I want this.
but it didn't work. It just crushed me down to the ground, basically.
Well,
Wait. Become a dragon?
Well, yes, my magic is useful for tricking enemies to see things I want them to see, yes?
At this, Ray kind of her eyes go wide.
Cheers.
I want to be a dragon. Can I be a purple dragon? No, I can't be purple. I'm not purple. Can I be a gray dragon? How about a gray dragon?
Sure. You can be whatever color
She
you
can be
like
a
to
dragon, and I can't ride a dragon.
I don't know
Well,
what rotting a dragon is.
You heard me. Don't you dare.
At this point, Killian just gets his stick and starts waving it in front of everybody.
Your stick has no influence on me. Becoming a dragon is amazing. Yes, I would like to do that.
Yes, it will help us in battle, especially where we're going.
It will
Maybe I
complement
could be
my
a red
skills.
dragon or a blue dragon. I could be a green one or a black or a gold one
All of them,
or a silver one,
all
bronze,
of them might be
brass.
Ray,
Cover.
Ray, come here.
effective in addressing the void and
Gets it.
mythos that's leaking out into this world.
What is that again? Like, I know you... can you... Like, it's bed.
This
It's
is why he can't ride a dragon.
Cthulhu. No, I was watching. I'm just trying to reiterate for those that maybe didn't understand, Bart, that, it's bad.
Football, yeah. Alright, so it seems as though this void and mythos magic is some sort of... It's been banned or removed from this world, this plane of existence.
Oh, sounds
Most
powerful.
likely ancient times by the divine themselves, because this magic is not healthy for existence in general, except for the existence of the creatures that went with that magic. And so Anthony told me that we must stop that from happening, or we will cease to exist, and we will cease to have ever existed.
Oh, that's bad. It's bad enough to not exist. It's even worse to have never not existed.
Well, it sounded like to me that Mr. Anthony said that, you know, our paths are still kind of on the same convergence as we are trying to stop the storm.
Yes.
Because the void or whatever is behind the storm. So I think adding your let's find that book piece of our mission fits well.
All right.
Should we fill you in on what happened
no,
now?
I feel like we have to. This is a natural segue. Yeah.
Well, Mr. Oliver, you are the storyteller in our group.
All right.
I'll fill in as needed.
Now, JB, I can't make a picture box appear above my head.
Ray, can you act it
You
out
should
so he
probably
knows?
start working on that.
Yeah, if you let me ride a dragon.
Well, I don't know, Ali. Your words create quite a picture in my own mind.
It's all inside. So, here's the thing.
I'll act it out for you.
You can ride a dragon.
Thank you.
Won't be as big as her dragon,
It's fine.
like usual. but-
That's all I ask for. Okay. All right. We poof back from the Frostfell.
Frostfell.
I think we need to go further back than that.
Oh, like 11 days further back?
I would just summarize some of the events, like about Mr.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
All right. So, we
maybe-
have the Ratman Zemni trapped in magical cuffs in the basement. Yep.
11 days ago, right?
Yeah, 11 days ago. Yeah,
Okay.
he's currently in the brig.
Dead?
No, he's alive. We'll get to that. Then we sailed back. We got attacked by things. You were still asleep. It was at that point in time that we
I was
learned.
not sleeping.
Well, no, it was at that point in time we learned that someone who will not be named played a prank on you, had you fall asleep holding the dragon statue that we never returned because...
I knew it. I knew that's what it was.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, so you'd been out for a while.
No, thank you for doing that. It was the only good sleep I got in the entire past year. The 8 hours of blankness.
You're
it was
welcome,
fantastic.
JB.
So then, we got back, we started to walk towards the Blue Cow Inn, we kicked the door open, Oi Melinda'd it.
This was 11 days
And
ago.
Jack was there.
Jack was there, I'm the storyteller.
This was 11 days ago.
Nah, this was like
Couple
2 days ago.
So,
Yeah,
Today.
today. It was like today, thank you.
so this
Line!
conversation with Nain happens after this moment?
That kind of happened maybe like 6 days ago, while you were
Anything-
still asleep.
Anything world-changing that I should know about?
I
with that?
don't remember, you're gonna have to ask them.
Alright, so what happened at this bar?
So we kicked the door open, lo and
Oi,
behold...
Melinda!
Yeah, who's standing there? The lady. The lady is standing there.
The lady.
The lady. Capital
Man, I haven't
T.
heard that name in a
Capital
year.
T, capital L.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just when we're about to talk, and she finished her frosted coffee beverage, which I gotta say,
I knew it.
yeah,
I knew it would catch on.
Great job. I think we gotta set up trade routes from
We're
Catalyst to here. But
Working on it already.
besides the point, we poofed to the frost fell. It's Tomaten's there, and we fought the Granch, and then a giant dragon came in.
That's a kid's story.
No, it's real.
Now, JB! Santa Claus is real! I saw him! I met him! He gave me a present!
Oh yeah, the gift I gave you.
What gift?
Oh, the one that has the box with JB on it.
Oh, the stocking.
He gave you a present too! Open it! Open it!
Yeah.
Open it! Open it! Open it! Open it! Open it!
Tome 10/Santa gave that to me apparently to give to you.
Okay.
We come back here.
From the Frostfell.
Yeah, from the Frostville.
Like the Shadowfell, but
No,
the
but
Frost.
for Frost, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, we poof back here. Lady's still there. She talks at us, and then with us, and then walks through Marishka.
Oh, she was so cool. It was amazing.
Says we can do a job for her one way or the other. We're kind of stuck, and we got to go to the Drung District, and here we are.
I don't know. All this happened, and there's one big looming question I must ask. Where the hell did the frosted coffee go?
It
Oh
was
my
so good. She
goodness.
took it with her.
That's a good
She
question.
must be.
Oh, she's a thief. that was a glass mug.
Also, my ring is doing strange things now with the amulet that the Mortos gave me, so I want you to take a look at that later, since you're smart at the magical objects and things. But
So,
that's the
I'll do
sad
that right
part.
away.
So lo and behold, we think we can pump Zemni for information. He's actually given us quite a bit.
Mhm.
We think he's better.
I asked him kindly.
Suited. Actually, you scared the shit out of everyone in that room.
Thank you.
It was until we met the lady. You were the scariest person I knew.
That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to
Now
me.
you're number 2.
She just
Flames just go-
smile. You see, like, breathe flames go up, and she goes, oh. That's fine.
As Oliver continues to talk, JB, you are intrigued by this gift that Ray tells you is from Santa Claus. You open it up and you find a unique contraption which seems to fit over your wrist and up your arm. And it has a little note that is in there. It says, "Dear JB, please continue to hear the bell ring. Signed, Tome 10.
To hear the bell ring. But for whom does the bell toll?
Oh, haven't you ever heard?
What? No, I haven't heard. Can you tell me what you heard?
I heard. As long as you believe in Santa Claus, you can hear the Christmas bell ring.
Oh, I thought it was.
Did you
She's
hear-
from
There's
Tomatin.
a saying,
Who is
and I'm just
Santa
what? How does it go?
Claus?
I thought that every time a bell rings, an angel gets their wings.
Oh, that's another one too. Clarence. Anyway, so he's saying that you need to keep believing, JB. You need to keep believing.
You know, like,
Mhm.
don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling.
Mm.
I could keep going, but then there'd be copyright infringement.
Yes, but it's my birthday. And I'll cry if I want to.
Oh, you're good. So, What do you say about
So what is
all
it?
that?
What is it? What did he give you? What did he give you? What did he give you? What did he give you?
Well, it, I don't quite know. It's got some sort of a needle brush, and it looks like it wraps around right here-ish. Let me spend some time with
Oh,
it.
I want to know. I want to know.
Let me spend some time with it. I'm gonna have to attune to this puppy, but it's definitely magical. I feel it immediately. But who is Santa Claus? This is from Tomatin from the Frostville.
Yep.
Santa Claus is some
It's Tomatin. They're the
imaginary
same guy.
butterfly.
They're the same guy.
The butterfly has a name, Santa Claus.
No. But those are my ancestors. This is just Santa Claus.
Okay.
You know,
I can tell you this.
Santa.
I do not believe anything anymore
sees you when
after
you're
what I've
sleeping?
seen for the past year. That's for sure.
He knows when you're awake.
That's creepy. And yes, I believe Anthony does know what the hell's going on all day long with me, so I have no privacy. Just understand my stress levels will be rising.
Me neither. And he points to
Consistently.
Bart. I get it. 2 peas in a pod.
Yes. Now, when it comes to believing, what is it that we are to believe from the lady that is true and what is not true?
Well,
Did she mention she wanted to take these off of my gorgeous blue face?
actually,
we-
Bada boom!
We intelligently slid around that
Anthony
question.
gives you a snap.
She basically told us that she was collecting or wanted to collect that for somebody else, you know, scratch her back, they scratch her back, you know. type of-
but it should be noted that somebody else was the Nimbus
the
Collective,
Nimbus Collective.
which is
Mhm.
but
Who is the storm?
the big bad up in
Oh,
the storm.
they're also
band.
known as the hegemony.
Okay,
So she's not quite interested in those glasses anymore. She's interested in an artifact in the city of Seraloon, and that's why she hired the.
But JB, if the Nimbus Collective one of those glasses, and the glasses help you to find bad stuff, maybe the Nimbus Collective is looking for bad stuff too. And we need to stop them.
are you saying they were after Anthony's knowledge?
If they want those glasses, and that's what those glasses are for.
There's no way he would have given it to them. I cannot believe they thought that would work.
Actually, but her logic tracks.
For
So
some
we're
reason.
safe.
They might not have known that it was the actual
rolled an 18.
person.
Oh.
Maybe
Minus
they just
what?
knew that there was an ability, not an actual
3.
person inside.
That makes sense. Okay.
But I mean, I know that the Nimbus Collective has actively been seeking items for quite some time.
How do you know that?
Well,
Are you one of them?
no, I am.
You have to tell me right now if you're an undercover cop. It's the rules.
It's the rules.
Ali, I am not.
You stuttered.
Checks out, right?
Yeah, it does.
Yep.
Yeah, I believe him.
I'd like to see if he's lying or if he's hiding anything.
No. He said he's not.
I just look at Morthos and give him a nod, like.
What? All right, carry on with it. How do you know that?
Some time ago, we were. Well, it actually was not me, but someone I traveled with got. You know how the hopper just sometimes poofs us away? Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, we just saw it happen.
yeah. Something like that kind of happened to him, but he ended up in the middle of the desert.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
And
That desert.
I believe so. I mean, I am pretty sure it is the same. I mean, we
The
were on.
Adirondack.
Yes.
Does that ring
Yeah.
a bell?
It was definitely that. Yeah. I mean, we were on like the
Anorak
other
does.
side of the continent, you know, but somehow he got transported all the way over here. Anyway, the Nimbus Collective there's apparently a cave filled with magical items, and there is a key that lets them in, and they were pursuing this magical key per se. Fortunately, they currently do not have the means to get this key
Well, that's good.
because I have half of it.
Oh, you're a badass. That's freaking awesome.
Unfortunately, quite a few people lost their lives to get this to us.
Wow.
So it was made known to us that they apparently are looking for some pretty powerful items to attempt to bring back whoever it is that they are serve or after. Bring them
Wait,
back.
are you holding something up?
JB, as
Yeah,
he
it's a
pulls that
scarab
key
key.
out, it lights up with Mythos energy.
Oh,
That's a
snap!
that's a dirty bug right there.
What do you mean, dirty bug?
That bug, it's a scarab, right? Half a scarab. It
I mean, I know what the bug is. I know it's half a scarab, but
I can
Why is it dirty?
I can see the void magic flowing from it.
Interesting.
And I look directly at Bart.
you mean what Anthony just told you? That, so you're telling me
hiding behind.
this is old magic then?
Older than old. It's also powerful, which means we don't want to open whatever that unlocks.
Well,
Oh, we might have to, and that's where the book is.
Do
Or
I
one of the books.
do I know anything about the cave? I don't know if I did this last time. If he mentioned the cave.
I believe you did roll last time,
Okay.
and it was there are tales of caves of wonder within the Anarok, and they require a special password and or key to enter. There are stories of caves that thieves filled with treasures. There's many different versions of the tale.
This is the cave that Zemni mentioned, right?
This is a different
Oh,
cave
different.
than
different cave.
Zemni
I thought there was
mentioned.
only one cave.
Zemni mentioned a dragon's lair that was within a cave.
Suddenly
Red dragon.
disinterested.
Mist.
Yes.
Yeah, so remember, I've been sleeping for the past 11 days, so any knowledge that you have gained, you could share that with me over the next few hours while I do my training.
Well, that's new. So what you're telling me currently in this party is we have glasses that can see bad things, and we have half of a key that opens a cave full of bad things.
That
That's
is-
all we know.
that is all we know.
All the bad items.
That's all the bad items.
So
per
you've
se.
got that cursed blade still. What? I'm going to say it.
Is this all because I called you number 2?
No. That cursed blade is still on his hip here. It's right there.
All right. Yes. I did apologize to you while you were passed out. It counts. We're not going to rehash that.
Well, I'll tell you this, Oliver? Yeah, Oliver.
Oh,
The-
okay, Benji.
It's been a year. I apologize.
Easy to forget.
I apologize.
Fine.
The information you just shared, Morthos, I appreciate it. I believe it will help us in order to solve this problem.
Well, it has also been my belief that while we are still growing in our abilities, it is of the utmost importance that we do not let this fall into the wrong hands.
I could hold on to it for safekeeping.
Yes, that will never happen.
Alright.
And he puts it right back away.
That's fair. I just thought it would be worth saying.
as he tucks the key back in, you get a very good look at the hopper device for the first time, and it lights up with illumination magic, which you
That's new
now
information.
have been taught
Hmm.
a lot about as well.
Now, you remember that magic I spoke of?
Yes.
Not the void or mythos, but the illumination magic? Yeah, I only know a little bit, but you got it, brother.
What do you mean I got it?
Your hopper.
Oh, the hopper.
The hopper is using illumination magic to do whatever it's doing.
What about my request? And he pulls it out.
Illumination.
Yeah, now I recognize it as illumination magic.
And now I pull out my precious.
Yes.
What's happening to your eyes?
Oh, yes, it's like the balance of the force. It is void magic, like the scarab and like the most destructive being in existence.
So
Sweet.
bad juju.
What about my ring? It was doing strange things with Morthos' necklace while you were asleep. Is it still? Is it doing anything right now, or is it just inert?
It does have a unique glow to it.
I
But
don't recognize.
Not one of the normal schools.
Interesting.
I don't recognize this yet, but
Maybe Anthony might know if you spend some time.
I'll work on that. Yes.
All right.
Go back to
What are we
sleep.
going to do about the lady?
Yeah, so she does not seem interested in your glasses anymore. But she has put us kind of in a rock hard place type situation.
Let me just correct you real quick.
Mhm.
They aren't my glasses. I am his person.
Whatever.
Okay, yeah, that tracks.
That progressed quickly.
He's in the glasses.
There are
and-
repercussions for my actions now, so I must be careful with what I say.
Okay.
Well, I for one think we should get the item for the lady.
For her or for us?
Well, I think we get it and then run like hell
So for us.
for us.
What this lady? That cannot be her name.
No, it's Lifu Esther.
Yep. Do I recognize
Lifu
that name?
Esther.
Roll a history check.
Nat 20, nat 20, nat 20, nat 20, nat 20, nat 20, nat 20.
30.
Ooh, 30.
Oh,
Yes!
yes.
Did you crit?
19.
Okay, an 11. I love it.
I love it.
He's very smart.
Well,
Not smart enough.
It's not enough.
the DC was in fact 30,
Seriously.
so you met it.
Let's see if I tell you what it is.
So Lifu Esther is a hag of some renown, very old, who was the eldest daughter of what's her name? Of another hag who was the sister of another hag named Kinshasa.
Kinshasa. Ooh.
And these hags all were instrumental in a scourge that swept Sembia hundreds of years ago, but were snuffed out in large part by Ordo Lux. And their names all seemingly disappeared.
No way.
Can you say that name one more time?
Lithuester.
I read a
I had Lifu.
I read a tome once. Very ragged. It was in the museum. Very run-down, closed museum. But I went in. I read a few pages. And bunch of This person is old. Yes? Must be really old, but Lithuestra...
Even evil ladies, you don't ask their age. That's just
yeah, I just recall
Right,
a bunch of
right,
hags
move.
and witches.
We
and
wanted to live.
Kinshasa, lady named Kinshasa. And,
Did you say Kinshasa?
the book said it. Yes.
Mufasa?
Does Morthos know? He knows that, right?
So this is a real
Roll
person.
history.
History? Come on. I gotta roll well. Come on.
'Twas mentioned.
I know it was, but I rolled a 5.
Ah!
that's enough.
You think you've heard that name before, tied up in some of the curses that Eli was a part of. But you don't know if it's necessarily germane to this conversation yet, but you keep that kind of at the top of your mind.
Nothing else from the lady then. We got to get an item.
It's a silver dagger with filigree of mithril. It's particularly adept at killing wizards or magic users.
Yeah, I'll stay here for that. but
She also says it's a part of a larger whole.
She also said it's part of her quest to discover the secrets of life, something like that.
so let me just translate for you. The hole she was speaking of was the void. That's what I'm thinking. And in order to understand life, you must understand death. And so I'm cautious of this lady you talk about.
We
Yeah,
all are.
we
Oh,
are
yes.
too.
100%.
Very
Even I don't
wise.
trust her.
But I
She's
think she's
badass,
an
though.
ends to the means.
Agreed.
As she has said, she would point us in the direction of the Nimbus Collective.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm sure she
Quick,
would love
quid pro
to
quo.
deliver us as soon as she can to the Nimbus Collective before we're ready.
I will say, I think that she could care less about all of the pawns that she's been using,
That is correct.
including the Nimbus
I can
Collective.
confirm. No regard
And
whatsoever.
now us. I'm not naive to think that we're not part of the pawns.
We were called dance multiple times.
Oh yeah, we
Or
definitely
they were
went in
called
with
dens.
the.
Did Nain,
She liked me.
Did Nain and
Vedra?
Vadra mention the lady and listening to what she says
Well,
in your conversation?
they did mention the lady.
Yes, they kind of told us there were two different paths to get to the storm,
Get to the storm.
and one of which happens to be through the lady.
Like with the
The other
gathering
was
ram, or
with Captain.
metaphoric.
Yeah,
What's his name?
Captain Whitebeard.
Captain
Whitebeard,
Whitebeard,
yeah.
that was his name.
We chose the lady as we already have connections here, and Saloon kind of knew that path a little bit.
Alright, I'll say it. I think we should do the job. And I think we should do it, Martha said, and run like hell. Once we get the dagger. It's better for us to have it than for her.
I hear what you are saying, but from personal experience, if there was an item I wanted somebody to retrieve, and I sent expendable pawns to retrieve it, I would have some way of tracking them or watching to make sure that they did not fall into somebody else's hands or they did not do exactly as you suggested.
Yeah, of course.
So you just know that, correct?
Yep.
Alright, well, it's good to see death coming, that is true.
Listen, I think we're on a collision course here no matter what we do. So, if we know that we can get to the storm through the lady or through Captain Whitebeard. Here's what I know of Captain Whitebeard. He would be a friend of mine and be considered a friend of his. If we can get this and hightail it to him, we know it gets us to the storm anyway, but we have more friends around us. Or at least people that will pretend to be friends.
The best kind.
But we can see through that. Well, you guys can. It just wouldn't be as openly hostile.
Did Anthony tell me anything about what to do? To try to
Snap.
find this book first?
He explained that its last known whereabouts were in the eastern portion of the Sword Coast where you are, but that you need to keep your ears out and follow the leads.
Here's what we also
And
know.
if Nain is right, that his fate is tied up in the destruction of these books, so he trusts that it would emerge over time, because that's D&D.
We also know that, I don't know if I told you guys this, I learned this before Bart killed Captain Tooth.
Yes.
Remember the thing you've been haranguing me for like the last month?
Yeah.
Neither here nor there. So,
Yes.
I learned that Captain Whitebeard was the one who found those glasses. And gave them to Tooth, and Tooth was supposed to give them to the lady, who's supposed to then in turn give them to the Nimbus Collective. So, if we're looking for magical items, apparently Tooth is a little bit more adept at, Whitebeard's a little bit more adept at that than I thought. And he's running in some circles that are a little bit different than what he trained me in.
Yes. So what makes the lady's path more, how you say, delicious than Whitebeard's path?
The ladies, we're either going to do one of two things, like you said. Here's how I see it. Now, again, I don't insight, could be wrong. We're either going to we're going to get this dagger, one way or the other. If we turn around and give it to her, and she points us in the right direction, she's delivering us up to the Nimbus Collective before we're ready. Essentially a death sentence. Or, we get the dagger and we run. We get the dagger and we don't give it to her. We're in direct opposition of what she wants. She could wipe us out in the snap of a finger.
Doubt it. I've been snapped at many times.
But it is a dagger that is good at killing magic users,
That's correct.
I think.
So,
Can I can only
And
speak to one
whispering.
creature at a time. So,
Mhm.
so this I'm just gonna go one by one. Well, I think maybe we should be careful what we say about the lady and our true plan, knowing that she found us pretty easily and seems to have an eye on us at all times.
I, for
knowing
one,
lots of
welcome our new
things.
overlord.
Now I have an old lady and a very beneficial man keeping track of my every move at all times.
Maybe they
It
can
seems
do
it
something
would
in
it would seem so.
Continue.
so that's the way I see it.
Aren't you and him supposed to be like the leaders of the group or something?
Yeah, those two. He's the listener and he's the speaker.
So you've spoken. I hope you've been listening. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking that actions have consequences.
That's all I'm getting at.
What fortune cookie
And-
did you read that on?
I have seen what happens when you do something, even if you think it is right. Sometimes it turns horribly wrong, and the loss of life sometimes can be. I don't know if I could deal. I don't know if I could live with it. If we got this item for the lady to find out that, in turn, it caused some type of death or destruction. There is no way she's going to use this item for good.
Agreed. She's not opening up another orphanage or anything. She might be leveling an orphanage, really, for being honest.
Yes, I mean,
this
with
item-
So I'll put I think we have the options laid out in front of us, and as I'm saying this, I think it's time to vote, and I do this and go one by one, just in their heads, just say, let me know in your mind which way you would like to go. But I do think we should procure this item, as I'm saying this out loud, for the lady. I think that is a given for all of us. What we do afterwards, I think we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But knowing that you guys are voting, in my mind, what you want to actually do, run or give it to her.
Who are you going to first?
Morthos.
Keep it and run.
JB.
well, technically, there's a third option.
Okay, I'm listening.
We can ignore the lady and all she says and continue on our path with Whitebeard, like Nain said would have been all right. That's the. Clearly, I'm the only one going to vote for that, since no one else can hear me right now. But that's the path we should go on.
I think that is something you could bring up into the group, for sure. I'm not sure that if we leave this to her, she's going to get it one way or another. So why not grab it and go while we know where it's at?
We'll make another enemy. An
Oh,
enemy,
wait, she's already our enemy. She's made that clear.
an enemy that has nothing to do with the item she wants is different than an enemy that has the item she wants.
It's valid.
Are we all
Touche.
just standing in a circle, silently staring at each other right now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
You're watching Ray as she's just whittling
I
some wood. and she's like,
we'll talk about that in a sec. Let me hear what everybody else has to say. Marishka? Marishka?
You contracted me for my villainous expertise. My villainous gut. I feel it in my belly, right? It is telling me that anything we do to serve this capital T, capital L lady's goals to bring her magical items is not going to be of a benefit to us. Or at least, I mean, you guys. The contract, you know. Maybe it runs out before you get back. Who knows? But she was so cool. And if we don't bring back the item, I'll never get to ask for an internship.
I think.
But in terms of well-being of other people's, probably not best if we give it to her. I think it would be funny if we got a dagger that's good at killing magic people, since she is magic people. That'd be kind of funny to see what she throws at us after. Maybe I wield the dagger, just throwing it out there, just saying suggestion.
She's rambling in your head like this.
Yeah. But I can't help but feel there's a third option here.
So I turn it off and I just go to Bart. But she's still thinking that I can hear her. I'm looking at her.
I'm going into the distance, clearly thinking about this.
You think you're still talking to him?
Yeah.
Mr. Captain Oliver, which way would you like to go?
Well, the way I see it, there's only one answer here. There aren't two, there aren't three.
There's 4.
Yes, I had one that was unspoken.
T5.
I think we take it and run.
Okay. Ray?
I just want to get closer to the storm. That's my job. That's what I'm supposed to do. I don't want to go backwards. I want to go forwards.
I think that's going to happen regardless. We are all trying to get towards the storm, as you listen to Mr. JB say. But I think we need to be careful.
I'm not afraid of the lady. I have a nom. And my ancestors, and they're with us, and we won't lose, especially if we get some rest. And I'm...
So that's my
Is
decision.
is Rubius with us?
Yes, he's there while looking at his hilt.
What happens when I try to talk to him in his head?
He looks up at you.
Stone cold silence.
Haven't been listening at all to anything anyone said.
Are
Par
you
for the course.
are you okay?
No, I'm not.
Talk about it later.
Hopefully next time. Been holding on to this for 4 sessions.
We miss you, Matt.
We do.
Well,
All right. Well, the vote has been taken.
Wait, what's your vote?
Well,
So
You can
that's
say
what
it
I've
in my
decided.
head.
Yeah.
so
my
far not one person has voted for the same thing.
Me and him did.
yeah, they did.
Oh, did?
Yeah. And she did too, technically.
You don't know. You cut me off. I just arrived at the thesis.
I go back to what she's thinking.
So really, when it comes down to
Because she
it, I
still thinks she's
guess
talking to me, so I can go.
I guess what we have to do is take the item. I put it in my hands for safekeeping, and then we run. And then if things go really bad, I get another contract. But if things go really well,
Mariska, I think you are quite funny.
thank you.
Yeah. All right. So
It helps with. Never mind.
the vote has been taken. I should mention that a third option was brought up.
Wait, there was a third
It
option?
was, but it. I'm not sure we should take that path. It is that we. Say,
Wait, are you going to?
Yeah. Yeah, sure. We've already said our other options out loud. Who cares? That we don't do it at all and we just run. But I think that
Well, if someone were to have suggested that, it would have been the incorrect suggestion. So running is not precisely the option. The option is taking the path that was initially laid out before us with Whitebeard.
right. But leaving this pretty strong magical item in free.
Yes.
Well, she hasn't had much
For-
luck in getting it yet.
Forgetting about it. Yes. It's not as aggressive as you might be presenting it as, or as fearful.
But it also could be. It could actually be worse than he's even presenting it.
JB, she did say there were other magical items there too.
That was mentioned.
Oh, and
I
we
will-
can keep him.
Yeah, she doesn't care about those ones.
She only wants
She
the
is a
dagger.
generous boss.
Uh,
For those that live.
I will reveal the results in your mind, and I just go back and say it. With odds of 1, 2, 3, 4 people saying we should take the dagger and run,
You're talking-
including myself. That individually, I just go individually. So are we all set on the plan? Shall we head there now? We'll rest and we'll head there in the morning. Sound good? Everybody okay?
Definitely need to rest.
All right.
There's nothing you want to share with me about what she said about June in the bar that I wasn't there for?
Nah.
That you all seem to have skipped over?
Well, there's a lot more I'd like to talk to you about. We can do that now if you want, or we can take a nap. I guess you did just wake up from a year.
We can do it off camera. That's fine.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I'm gonna because I want to talk to you about what Nain said to me about.
yes.
So Ray goes to bed. She lays down. Rubius goes, and she goes to sleep as well. You all can take your long rest.
But my
and-
internal clock is a little messed up right now. So
I am up.
As you are taking your long rest, we're going to do our second giveaway of the night. We've already given away the big giant ice dragon. So congratulations. Who won that, by the way? Did we
Solo.
Salo
Solador.
Solador.
All right. Congratulations.
Sorry, I'm butchering your name.
A happy accident, you might say.
All right. Wonderful. Congratulations on your new dragon. That's exciting. And we are now going to be giving away those very sweet formal black dice. So if you would like your opportunity to win those black dice that are there next to that big dragon, then type into the chat right now !choices, CHOICES, !choices, and we will randomly select a winner to get those die to. !choices to win those die, and we're still going to be giving away those last 3 minis, the Bone Claw mini, the Orc, and the Fairy Dragon. That's coming up before the end of the show, so stick around a little bit longer for that. !choices for your chance to win the dice. As you all turn in for the evening, are there any one-on-one conversations you wish to have?
I would speak with JB to apologize again.
Give me 1 second, Oliver. Would you like a cup of coffee? I've been dying for some beans for a long time.
I'm very tired. I'd prefer not to, but I will sit with you while you make them.
You're missing out. I'll start brewing.
So, you were right.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. I'm realizing that the Onyx Blade has some negative effects with some positive ones that we've noticed in battle. And we are going to try to mitigate my usage, really Bart's usage, of the Onyx Blade to only life-threatening battle situations.
Well, I think that is why certainly the full extent of what Void and Mythos is unknown to me, but I can't with any kind of confidence say that it would turn out all right with you if you continued to utilize that blade without us at least attempting to help you defeat the negative aspects of it.
Sure.
Because you also have an exact replica of the counter magic. Somehow.
I did, don't I?
It's like fate. Or like it was written in a story.
Yeah. Or like written and then changed halfway through verbally.
Yeah. I accept your apology. It's in the past, and we have really, really important things to move on to.
I agree. And I just wanted to clear the air and say you were right. I said some things I didn't mean, I didn't believe, and they were said to be hurtful and only hurtful.
Well, yes, you did, but it's okay.
Thank you, asshole.
Don't.
And Bart is gripping. Bart is gripping the the Onyx Blade there. I'm so. Bart, get off.
Now let me finish. Let me finish.
Sorry.
Yes, you did, And I was a different person then. And so maybe I came at it the wrong way.
In most conversations, it's a two-way street, which means we both had an opportunity to crash our ships.
Yes, I am sorry that you saw what I said as needing to respond in the way that you did. You like that?
I did not. I feel the need to respond in kind, but currently I'm holding Bart away from it, so I'm telling you now, it didn't feel like a sincere apology.
You can incite that all you like.
But I'll take it.
I meant it. Every word of it.
Uh-huh. I'm sure you did. So,
I'm not sure
good
what
night.
the problem is.
Oh, one more thing. We should set up a trade route.
I have thought about this for a while now. And if you say the Nimbus Collective is using the Zentarum to collect items, right? You did tell me that part of the story that wasn't just glossed over?
Yep.
Okay.
As well as other people, it seems.
Yes. Then I believe having our funds to, as we planned, to attempt to work towards the end of ending the Zentarum is still a wise decision.
Agreed.
It is not, however, my main focus anymore, and so, yes, trade routes will have to happen. Does Casper have any knowledge of traversing the seas on a ship to transport cargo?
We don't need Casper. The cats of Catalyst are world-renowned in trading. I have the gym boy sitting in dock. All I have to do is send a letter, and we'll start a trade route coming from Catalyst, where you've set up and showed them how to grow the beans in the tropical climate.
Never.
Ah.
Send them processed beans.
Oh, we
so
send
they
them...
can never grow them for themselves.
Okay, so then we have a bit of an issue. We'll have to get them here and wherever you're growing the beans.
What if we grew them here?
We could do that.
If only you had a plot of land that you could grow them on.
Yes. I've been thinking about that as well.
I wonder if there's a farm we could buy.
Yes, yes, there is. I recall something of the sort, but yeah, let's set up the route. If you could send that letter, that would be fantastic. My people are probably going to need me to send them funds to expand, and so I'll soon be discussing with the god above how to utilize my funds in such a way.
As you're ending this conversation, you hear a sound coming from below you, below deck. Sounds like a song, something along the lines of "Always look on the bright side of life." Cheeto, dee Cheeto, dee. Yeah, always look on the bright side of life.
I get downstairs. Killian goes down to. Actually, I stopped by JB first.
We all hear this singing.
Yeah, where are we right now?
I
How
cannot-
are we right?
I cannot understand why this representative of the Zentarum is still alive on our boat.
Mr. Zimney has.
Mister.
Well, I call everybody Mr. and Miss. Yeah, I call Miss the lady. Anyways, it's just polite. I like to try not to lose my manners. If I can avoid it. But he has been quite helpful. For us, as he was scared at first, but seems to have recognizes that he has been used over time.
Yes, I led him to that truth.
Rather than
Gently.
he's not very loyal. As he realizes the abuse that he's actually been under, so we have decided not to kill him. Well, I mean, because that's probably also the right thing to do. But we are going to try to recruit him to help us instead at this point.
All right, I will accept your decision.
I know it's difficult for you, as that organization has done a lot of harm to you, but just as you were being used by them, I believe that Mr. Zimney was abused into the same type of situation.
Totally understand.
That was easy. I'm inciting him to see if he actually is.
He intends to leave him alone.
Yeah, if there's malice still, like if there's that type of malice still. 13.
Total?
Yeah, I rolled low.
It probably seems to you like, at least in presentation currently, he has more self-control over things he cares or used to care about.
Okay.
Like, sort of like it's been trained into him,
Gotcha.
authority-wise.
Like he may be zapped if he steps out of line.
You can't zap him.
Not me.
But yes,
Right.
like he's looking at you like a person of authority.
Okay. Well then, I appreciate your understanding. Would you like to discuss anything with Mr. Zim? I'm going to go down and check on him and see if he has any more information about our next endeavor.
I do not.
Before you go,
Mhm.
Killian and Mordos, something that has been pressing at me these past days is that my contract with Kelson was to help your party in figuring out the disturbances that are rocking the city with the Zentarum and stopping them. That was the amorphous terms of the contract. If we take this item, if we don't run with this item, I say, looking up at somebody is watching me. And
Little wind blows.
And take a vacation at some undetermined time after we complete that mission. That is how we say off script. So, in my kind and loving benevolence, I have decided to extend my contract terms and go along with you in your endeavors. And keep any magical items I discover along the way, and, have a few of my own aims to further in the progressing days. But I have decided I will stay.
Well,
now.
I think
As long as the odds look good. For all of us. But me especially.
Well, it's real swell of you.
that seems very, very kind of you. I will say that even outside of a contract, that when we spoke to Mr. Nain and Miss V, that your name did come up, I think, as I may have mentioned briefly, and I think your role here is bigger than money or a piece of paper.
So you need me, is what you're saying.
I think so.
Well, then in that case, I would like to charge my terms a little higher than the contract.
Oh, well,
I think you need us.
I also would say that you would need us.
She just looks at Oliver like...
As I think you've already learned more about yourself and the item that you carry, and I look at your ring, than you have in a long time being with us, and I don't think that was on accident.
I'll tell you this much. I will be signing no contract with any person I adventure with, and so if you want to continue with us, I believe I would be fine with that. It's up to the group, but I won't be signing a contract that gives you whatever magical items you need.
That's intelligent, because nobody read the terms and conditions of the last one. JP, you have raised a good point. I will continue to serve as accessory to the party as long as you spend some time inciting with this ring of mine and any clues or knowledge you can glean from it by doing so. I will find that sufficient pay.
All right, you've convinced me.
Pretty good deal. Yeah.
Marvelous. All right. That's all I wanted to say. Let's go talk to the prisoner now. I missed him.
Can I have the ring now?
It's like 11:45 at night.
That's the best time. You got to keep them on the back foot
I just woke up, so I'm good.
and shake it. I look at my ring. I look at JB. And I was speaking very easily of letting him look at it, but now that I'm looking at it as if like I have to take it off now, I'm like hesitating a little bit. Thank you. JB, this ring. I'm very like quiet right now. I wish nobody was around me hearing this. This ring is it is the last thing I have of my mother. I am putting it into your short-term safekeeping. If anything happens to the ring, well, it is not in my person. I'll leave it on an ellipsis. Please do your best.
Before I touch this ring,
Touch.
you know if there's any planar magic involved in this item?
All I know is that it was a ring that belonged to my mother, and of late it has reacted strangely to some of Marcos's items, and sprouted a dragon's head that moved around the stone like a homing beacon.
Okay.
That sounds normal.
Well, take it. As she reaches for my hand, I cast a spell. As soon as it lands in my hand, then it disappears.
You.
It is in a safe location. I can recall it when I need to.
You will recall it when you need to.
It is safer gone than
It
it is
is-
here. You can.
Hold.
Yeah, he tried to do the same thing to me. This is why we had an argument.
I just offered you branch of goodwill.
Mhm.
You have taken the only item of sentimental value I've ever had in my entire life and put it out of my hands when I explicitly told you not to.
Wait, what? It's right here, and it appears in my hand.
I am not that stupid. You might fool Rubius with these illusions of yours.
This is not an illusion.
I popped his
You-
hand.
It's gone
Good.
up before she does it. Go on. It's in something like a bag of holding. It's away on its own.
I'm thinking very intensely of when the woman said that I wasn't supposed to murder anymore or kill to achieve my objectives.
Listen, I'm
But
sorry.
my hands are on fire.
I thought I was doing the right thing.
No, you will study the ring and then give it back. You are not keeping this forever. And if I ask for it back, you will give it back.
I think you misunderstood what I was doing here. You're going downstairs, right?
Oh, you're just putting it away for now? Oh, I was about to murder you. Oh. You should be more clear. I like extinguish my hands. And like all the thousands of spells that were like swirling behind me. That could have ended badly. Whew.
Roll initiative.
Oh. That was fun. Alright, let's go see the prisoner now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed. I trust you guys can handle this. I got my prayers and sword sharpening to do.
So Oliver goes off to bed. Killian, Marishka, and Oliver, and JB, and the four of you guys go down to see Zemni?
I'm gonna identify. I'm not going down there.
Okay, you're gonna spend some time with her ring.
Mhm.
Okay. So
Yeah, just quick. I just want a quick conversation.
you guys go down to see Zemni. He's down there. Helman sees you. Kind of leans in, expectingly, waiting to see what you have to say.
Are you hungry? You need anything that, Mrs. Zimney?
No, that good beer you gave me filled me up right quick all day.
Oh, that's good.
But once I go to sleep tonight and wake up in the morning, that will be great.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna make them all before I go to bed, but just a quick question. We may or may not have just had a conversation with the lady. Yeah, she's
Capital T, capital L.
yeah, she's no joke.
She didn't say anything about marriage.
Well, she
mentioned you by name, actually.
But she knows you're alive. She doesn't really know that we have you anymore, or does or doesn't. But she's sending us after I think an item that yeah.
Yeah,
send-
I kind of, you see, you got sidetracked because, like, I was asked to do like multiple things at multiple times, right?
Mhm.
And so, when I was supposed to, take care of finding that item, some of our guys died and stuff, and we didn't, right? And then the Night Knives like attacked, and we kind of went into offensive mode, trying to take them out and find them and find Kelson Mare, and then they got Captain Tooth and his item, and then I was like, "Oh, Zemni, you suck, and you're awful," and like, oh, and then you guys showed up, and we tried to and you killed everyone, and I lived, but now you have me, and what can I do?
Well, we would like to again. You help us, we help you. We want to set you on a path that's more fitting for you. After we handle some of this business here with the lady. But I'd like to know. I'd like to know what you know about finding this artifact she has under the tower.
Well, the tower is very old tower. It's by an old wizard named Drong, and Drong, he had some kind of big fight or something, I don't know, and his tower fell down, and they just built right over the top of it, over the ruins of it, and so, like maybe about, well, right around the time that the storm started, actually, magical stuff started happening above where the tower was supposed to be, and that was right around the time when Phineas said that we had a contract to move into Saraloon, because we were already moving in, but now it was go time, right? And so like we started to go, and we kind of found what we thought was the entrance to the ruins under, well, we acquired, I killed some people, the Bergens, and it's under their home. But there's like screwy stuff when you do magic, so you gotta be careful. So, but I sent men in there and they didn't come back out. And then everything went haywire, and I just never turned my attention back to it because I was trying to take care of you guys.
But it's okay. Like we said, bygones be bygones a little bit here.
Oh, I'm bygone.
Yeah.
I'm long bygone.
Were there any signs of any other entrances for...
That was the only one we found, and we never, like I said, I didn't have the men to devote to it. So it's an excavation underneath the home. It's a long tunnel down and kind of skirts through the sewers, and then I've never gone down because, like I said, screwy magic stuff.
Any other legends of what may be down there?
I mean, it was a mage battle. I don't know. It was his tower. He had his tower defenses and I don't know, stuff.
I'm gonna insight.
I am telling you the truth.
It's natural 20.
He's not telling you the truth. He's telling you the truth.
Dark.
That
Mershko was about to be real happy.
I was you.
One leg gone.
Truly, I don't know anything more. I was never down there. Yes, I killed the Bergens because I'm a bad man.
You are not.
You were-
Just because you are a bad guy does not mean you are a bad guy.
Remember, we should probably start talking in past tense of you were a bad guy, but not a bad guy.
Yes,
now.
for example, I almost murdered somebody recently, like in the last 5
Right.
minutes.
She was a bad girl,
Was
but
it
now
me?
she's not a bad girl.
It depends on the truth. But for now, assume no.
Okay.
Mr. Zimny, last thing. If I were to change you back into your human form or your halfling form, is there anything on your person that would be helpful for us?
No. depends on how you define helpful.
How do you define helpful?
70.
The other part of this is in order for me to do this, I'm gonna have to hurt you a little bit.
Merciful.
But this is just to get you out of the form that you don't like, and for me to find some things that you apparently don't want me to have. Or you could just change back and
We could have a
And we can
civilized
have it.
discussion.
without the harm.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage because Marishka is helping you.
Yes.
Persuasion.
18.
You watch as his elongated nose begins to recede. His brownish, greasy, matted hair kind of recedes into his own just shaggy mop. His buck teeth kind of go back. And there's a halfling with deep, gaunt eyes. Same color eyes. Shoddy clothes underneath studded leather armor. He has a book hanging from his side, as well as some potions in his belt. And he has kind of a resigned look on his face, and he stays seated. I got my wizard's book. Got some potions. Got a pouch of gold. I don't know, maybe a couple hundred gold. It's yours, take it, I guess.
We do charge a slight letting live fee.
No, I think, well, the gold is not really anything of our interest
For now.
for now. And I think we'll probably.
God.
What'd you say?
Oh, he's so bad at this.
I just don't
Morth,
care.
as
smells
Killian's
it.
saying this, Morthos steps up. He's like,
Did you come down?
He's been leaning against the wall this whole time.
Okay. Morthos, would you like to
Take his gold? Absolutely.
Yes.
just search him and relieve him of
Sometimes
his
our
objects?
physical burdens are our emotional burdens. We will like
Remember, we have told him we're going to take care of him.
Yes.
And make sure that he is better off after we're done with him. So, if we do take money, you should be assured that we will return enough for you to live off of after.
Yes, it's called the letting live fee. It is included.
Mariska, you want to help him search him? As I don't know if there's any secret pockets or anything like that.
he just doesn't resist anything. He just sits there, raises his hands.
Okay.
As you take his pouch of coin, which has 800 gold in it.
Few hundred?
Yes! Woo! We got it.
It's platinum mixed in, but total of 800 gold.
Yep, feels like 200 to me.
Yeah. That
Liar.
looks like 100.
I instantly know he's lying. You're lying.
Gives you a wink.
He has a wizard's book on him that's full of some wizard spells. The 3 in there that you haven't seen JB cast are Unseen Servant, Expeditious Retreat, and Dragon's Breath.
That's funny.
Poor guy. Thought you were gonna get more spells tonight.
And maybe one or two others, but you'd have to confirm that with JB what's in there. Roll an investigation check.
I am helping him.
How are you helping him?
I am helping with the other pockets.
All right, you may roll with advantage.
23 then.
Okay. So you are able to find.
Yes. Mariska has done nothing but good for me since we arrived.
So as Mariska, you and Morthos kind of work together, and Morthos, you feel the little extra verve of having Mariska assist you, and
Trying to show off.
kind of the energy that she brings, the fire that she brings.
Literal and figurative. Ship it.
Oh yeah, there's
Morishka.
Morishka. You find a potion of major healing.
Ooh.
So that is 4d8 plus 4, rather than
That's a good one.
I'm sorry, 4d4 plus 4 rather than
I
I
like
like the first
4D8.
one. You
2d4
said
plus
it,
4.
it has been spoken.
4d10 plus 4?
4d20 plus 4.
Okay.
taking these things from him.
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
Yeah.
we're confiscating
Yes.
them.
We are. I'm happy Ollie's not down there. He'd feel bad about
Hopefully
this.
this is part of the rehab.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what I.
Was it? Well, you said 4d4.
44 plus 4, yeah.
44.
He doesn't
44.
Need it
That's what
now.
I said. 44.
We'll give him the wizard book back.
Yeah.
So you got a
wouldn't-
potion of major healing and a potion of haste.
Ooh, I like
A what?
potion of haste.
A
Potion
potion
of
of haste.
I should tell you that thank you for not making me do it the hard way.
Yeah.
We are working on a solution to your struggle, and hopefully we will come to resolve that, and then we would like to again set you up in a life where you feel more satisfied, and not as used and abused as Mr. Phineas had been doing to you.
I don't know what to say. I mean, you're not killing me, that's a good thing. Whatever. I don't know what to think. I'm just trying to look on the bright side of life.
That's a good start. That's a good start.
I'm alive.
Maybe you should write like a self-help book. You should become like a published author. That should be something you could do with your life.
You think so?
Not many people have the kind of life experiences you have. I think you could help a great many people.
You mean like a testimony? Like a life testimony?
Yeah.
What if I don't even know how the story ends.
Because you haven't finished writing it.
Oh, that's deep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hopefully you keep me around long enough to find out then.
We plan to. There's no. Even JB has seemed to be willing to show grace in a situation where he may not have used to be.
Yeah. Yeah. I wasn't very nice to him. Or lots of other people. You really think there's hope for someone like me?
I think that depends on how you write the story.
He just sits contemplative, seemingly annoyed but resigned that none of what he has is his, and he's just kind of at your mercy. So he doesn't seem to want to talk any further. to the
Yeah.
degree that matters.
So I bid him a good night, and those two good night. I cast Goodberry again. Can I do that twice in a day?
Well, you,
Or
Yeah.
technically,
you already did.
yeah, I'm gonna cast it again though. So
But
it's 24
it lasts
hours
24 hours
from when
from
you
when
cast it.
that casting.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do it right before I go to bed.
Yep. So the berries you would have had that were expiring now, you
Yeah.
recast them for the next day.
Does he have food and
I'm gonna go
water?
to sleep.
He has a water and he has a bathroom bucket, and the food he's been getting has been the berry each day from Killian. So you all retreat to your rooms and cots and your hammocks, each one in a different spot.
I don't.
JB is up, and
So, yeah, so at first I'd like to inspect my present and then the ring.
okay.
Identify me.
So you spend time with your present from Tome 10 first, and you find that this is a contraption that helps you to take a spell and prepare it in addition to the normal spells that you prepare, except the way you prepare it is to magically write it on your skin as if a tattoo. And then you can cast it, and it doesn't count towards your normal daily allotment. You just need to spend some extra time to prepare it. Most intriguingly, you actually can use the special needle enchantment that comes with it, and you can take the spell tattoo that you've prepared and transfer it to someone else. And within 24 hours, they can cast that spell that you prepared as if you were casting it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you wanted to give someone one of your spells, you could do that. And you feel like as you continue to learn how to use it and get comfortable with it, that you may even be able to prepare additional spells over time. More than one, perhaps, per day. But you got to get used to it. You got to work with it a little bit.
Cool.
The ring is not as easy to identify. And given your year-long training with Anthony, you immediately begin to sense that there's a deeper magic at work here.
Oh boy.
It's not Mythos or Void, nor is it Illumination. Those three you have had drilled into. You would know what it is. It's not that. It's like divination, which makes sense given the sort of guiding properties that it seems to display, as Marishka described. But there's something more. It's deeper. It's more original than one of the typical arcane schools. It's more ancient. It's a deeper magic. So you'll need to maybe spend some time with Anthony and see what he might know, and also give the DM some time to figure it out himself.
Totally get it.
Even God's like, I don't know,
So
man.
is everyone in bed?
Everyone else is in bed. Morthos is up in his typical perch above deck, kind of keeping watch.
JB's gonna head down to the cage for Zemnia,
Mm-hmm.
but on the stairway he's gonna cast Mirror Image.
Okay.
As three white knight soldiers stand behind me, and I'll bring out the Shadow Blade at the same time.
Okay.
And march down there with my army. Down the stairs, right in front of him. I'll say, Zemni? Is that you? Little halfling.
Yes.
He's so brave.
I do not approve of your past actions.
Sorry. I don't know what else to say. I'm so sorry.
I do not approve of the Zentarum.
No, me either. Me, no. Bad Zentarum.
I got an insight what he's talking about here. What's going on here? I can't see you. Okay, I believe you entirely.
Yes.
He's whatever you rolled. He's clearly scared out of his mind.
Yep. I need to know what you know about Phineas. All of it. Now.
Phineas. He was.
I have the guards step up.
He's the only one who's ever nice to me. He's the only one who ever stood up for me. He's the only one who gave a damn. He said I could help him and be somebody, and he helped me to rise in the ranks and to be who I was and to have some authority and power, and people listened to me, and it was all because of Phineas. He saved me. Well, when I got bitten, he got me out of the cave, and he used me.
Can you please repeat that last part again?
But it was worth it. It wasn't anything apart from him. I was okay. Because it was him.
Damn it, boy, that man is a monster. Nothing but a monster who used you to your detriment and his gain. Just like he used me in the same exact way.
What do you mean?
Phineas also made promises to me and turned on me, stabbed me in the back, stole my love, my wife, for the rest of her life, and made me serve him. Yes, I was in a position of some sort of authority, but it wasn't for my gain, it was for his. You have to realize this.
I understand exactly.
Even now, you consider turning your back on him, yes? For these people on the boat?
I don't know what to think.
I'll tell you this. Phineas is a servant of something darker than you want to put your hands in.
My hands are already covered in blood. What could wash that?
Yes, my hands are covered in blood as well. At least I blame myself for a lot of it. But the truth is, you're not dead, are you?
No.
In my mind, there is a... There's a pendulum, okay? Not a pendulum, a scale. And your bad actions can pile on until there is some kind of weight added to this equation. Some sort of actions that are worth as much good as there is bad. And so the good people in this world simply pile on more good than bad. Do you think you can overcome that which you have done in the past?
I don't know.
Yeah, me neither. I don't know if I can either. But if we're talking our legacy here, then all I can do is try. Make the sword go away. Will you try?
Yeah.
Do I believe him? I believe him.
JB's still disoriented.
I make the... It's not concentration, but I make the guards go away. I hope you do. And I walk up the stairs.
Looks like he has something he wants to say, but he just kind of sits and thinks.
That was the point.
That's another chapter in the book.
The Book of Zemni.
As you're
Ooh.
walking up the stairs, you hear a little snap.
I get a little, not a jolt, a tingle. Right.
Canon, you have to do that every time.
Yes.
That's
Perfect.
Oh, Anthony.
I'm pleased with this development.
So you all go through your evening. You wake up the next day, pass out your good berries, one to each. Rubius looks terrible.
like usual.
I don't notice any difference.
Yeah.
Who's Rubius?
And you kind of determine that, all right, time to go find this Bengen residence, whatever he called it, and go see what's in the remains of Drowned Tower.
As soon as I see her, the ring comes back and I give it to her.
Ah, thank you. I trusted you would take good care of it.
I also relayed about the magic in the.
Mr. Zimni did mention that we should be careful using magic down there. He says it acts funky or strange, and
Like in good way or in bad way? Because that depends on how much you salvi to you.
he wasn't sure, but this was a site of a mage battle, I believe he said, and the men he sent down there never came back. So
They often don't.
we should just keep that in mind as those who can cast spells and use magic may have to think twice sometimes.
As you're having this conversation, you're looking around you're on the mid deck and you don't see Ray anywhere.
Oh God. Who took off the child harness?
You go up to the top deck and you see her sitting on the front of the ship. Bow? No. Yeah, bow. Front,
Prow.
whatever the bow is. Front of the ship. She's there, kind of leaned forward, wide-eyed, looking to her left. And with her arm around Ray is the lady, speaking to her, shaking her head. She looks back at you all
Oh no.
and disappears.
Oh dear.
And Ray just stands up and just looks at you like she's gonna cry.
Oh, I thought you took Ray.
No. And that's where we're gonna pick up next week's episode.
She traumatized our kid? Oh my gosh.
Seriously?
Oh, we're gonna murder her.
Ray?
It's messed up, DM.
That's so evil. I love it.
Oh my god, I quit.
Who is it?
Who? What?
Him?
Capital T, capital L. We'll kill her.
Well, before we go, we're going to do our last giveaway of the night. And that is going to be for those 3 minis, the Bone Claw, which is super cool. Such a cool mini. You did fight one in the chapter 2 of campaign 1. They're pretty cool bad guys. And you never know, find one again. One of the favorite little minions of hags. Wait,
I
what?
want to befriend her.
Wait, what?
So you got your Bone Claw, you got the Orc, and the Fairy Dragon, which who wouldn't want a Fairy Dragon mini? They are so cool.
I want a fairy dragon.
Period. Fairy Dragon.
I want life size.
Type into the chat exclamation point intimidation. That's too long. That's too long of a word. Well,
How about traumatized?
also too long. exclamation point, Drong, D-R-A-U-N-G. We'll just go with that, because that's where we're going next week, to the Drong Tower, D-R-A-U-N-G, exclamation point, Drong. And we will randomly select a winner. Who won the dice?
D&D player.
D&D player, congratulations. And we will stick around. Do not leave the chat if you've entered for the minis, D-R-A-U-N-G. We will pick a winner and let them know in the chat. And then, again, you need to get us your address if you haven't gotten us your address before. So we hope you enjoyed tonight's roleplay heavy session. We had some fun developments. Got to figure out what was going on with JB for all of those weeks. Got a fun little conversation with the lady. And some got some Anthony Spice. And yeah, got a little Zemni action at the end. And now we will go into a little dungeon crawl in the ruins of Drong Tower, which promises plenty of classic D&D puzzles and fighting, and so leave the role playing behind for a couple of weeks and get into some good old dragon slaying or whatever else may lie in the
Oh
deep.
no. What now?
Yeah.
All right, well, we are so thankful that you spent this evening with us. We wish you all a very happy new year, and we look forward to a 2021 filled with good memories, and we hope that we can be a part of that with you. So we look forward to seeing you next Tuesday night at 7:30 Eastern here on Twitch when we continue to Loot, Dime, Repeat. Happy New Year, everyone. Good night. Cheers.